task. Registered. Scheduling. No. My programming tells me it's a very nice day.
Oh, shuck it duck it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope we're all having a great day today. I was just watching a Hassan Avi video where he's watching a Ben Shapiro video. Yeah, I'm basically post-reacting to a reaction of a video. What the hell is going on? No, the main takeaway is like Ben, what the hell is this? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do like an award ceremony for like all the worst things that happened this year, and pretty much like every winner with the exception of like 3. So like there's like 10 or 15 categories, and he's like, oh yeah, every single winner with the exception of maybe 3 is a black woman. And how does that happen? How does that happen? How are you like, and like, okay, and it's like, and like one of the non-black women who ended up winning was winning because they were underpaid. Like, it was the category like most underpaid. It was basically Joe Biden's oh, hang on. She was in the category of she was in the category most underpaid as Joe Biden's what is it, sign language interpreter. And so what, like one of the 3 categories that didn't have a black woman as the winner also happened to be like the only positive category. Like, how does that happen? Fuck. Anyway, moving on. How's everyone today? Hope we're all having a great day today. It is the 30th of December, 2022. Tomorrow is going to be New Year's Eve. Ooh. And that is why tonight we're going to do movie night. So I'm streaming now as opposed to later on tonight. Because, well, I kind of wanted to stream, but also I want to do movie night. And I want to watch, Glass Onion, which, if you don't know, is, hey, guys, how's it going? If you don't know, is the sort of sequel, if you will, to Knives Out. And Knives Out was fantastic. I hear that Glass Onion is also fantastic, so I'm very keen to watch it.
But don't let it go to waste.
Before we begin,
Remember,
begin with today's, gaming, folks, what did I say? Glass Onion, right? Wait, what did I say? Did I say Knives Onion or something? I don't know. Anyway. You plan to end the year with a juicy C2? I probably won't be getting C2, considering I don't even have C1. And I'm actually going to hold off until 3.4, I think. I'd rather use the pity that I have and try to get Hu Tao, because I'd much rather get Hu Tao than Raiden Constellation at this point. Folks, if you've been keeping up with the news in any way, shape, or form, I wasn't sure if you said Glass Onion. Oh, I probably did. I might have not said Glass Onion. Okay, folks. I want to talk briefly about today's big news, which happened a few hours ago. You may have heard of a man who has been preaching the gospel of being what is called a top G, a top bloke. A man who has quite publicly and quite openly stated that women are bad drivers. Source? Trust me. As in, quite literally, he is basing that particular statement off his own personal experience. When... what's the word I'm looking for? When confronted on this particular statement, with evidence, for example, like how a lot of insurance companies tend to actually have higher premiums on male drivers as opposed to female drivers, which is usually an indicator that male drivers are more dangerous than female drivers. Andrew Tate, that's right, Andrew Tate would unironically say, doesn't matter. My experience tells me, my personal experience tells me that women drivers are worse drivers than men. Because whenever I had any car crashes, there is usually a woman involved. Whenever I see people driving really badly on the road, it is usually a woman who is driving really badly on the road. Therefore, based upon entirely my personal experience, women are worse drivers than men. That is literally the statement with which Andrew Tate has been screaming from the top of the hill for the past year. This entire year has been the year, an incredible story of Andrew Tate. Now, recently, our top G, our top bloke, got into a bit of a Twitter spat with Greta Thunberg, who, if you don't know, is an outspoken climate change activist. She's the one who she's 19 apparently now, right? She's the young climate change activist who has been talking to everyone and anyone who would listen about how the planet is probably going to explode at some point, and we should definitely do something about it, because every day, as more and more shit happens, obviously we are making the planet worse for ourselves. He bragged about his cars to a 19-year-old. How old is Andrew Tate? I think he's like, what, 38 at this point? I don't know. He bragged to a 19-year-old about his cars. He said to Greta Thunberg something along the lines of how he has 38 Bugattis. If you'd like to know more, send me your email. He was unironically trying to... I have a friend who really likes him, but I don't know who Tate even is, honestly. You know what? Fuck it. Let's actually making more at her age than he was at her age. Well, Greta is probably making the same amount as Andrew Tate was at her age, but keep in mind, Greta Thunberg is making whatever money she is making, speaking on the reality of the planet possibly exploding at some point, whereas Andrew Tate, I believe, at this particular at her age, was making that money getting punched in the face, because Andrew Tate was a boxer. You know what? Let's watch a video about Andrew Tate. Okay, this is... Alright, cool, let's do this. This is on-demand news. He's built weird. I think he's built okay. Like, hashtag real talk, I think he's built okay, but his mind is just completely scuffed. Here we go.
We will not
Slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up, sex.
You might recognize this man.
Said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So she wants to do OnlyFans. She owes him some money because she's his.
Women
So this is like the typical Andrew Tate statement. A woman, when they marry a man, is by definition a man's property.
The city is depending on its guardian. Now
That is like, if you want if you want a summary, a general summary of Andrew Tate's thoughts and feelings, that's it. A woman belongs to a man. And you're gonna see him say some derivative of that throughout, surely throughout this entire video. Let's go.
Should clean. And I sat there and I thought,
What's that?
OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
women should clean. And I sat there and I
Women
thought,
should clean, which is if you just say that statement and isolate that statement, women should clean, just in isolation is not an incorrect statement. The problem is that when Andrew Tate says it, he is saying that in the context of in a relationship, the man is the one who goes out and makes the money, the woman is the one who stays home and cleans, which is obviously not true. That's not how relationships work. In fact, that goes entirely against, hilariously enough, what my mom thinks should be the relationship, which is, especially in today's economy, both the man and the woman should go out and work and make money. Whether or not one makes more money than the other is completely irrelevant, but both should go out and make money, and both should be able to take care of each other, whether that be cooking or cleaning, etc, etc, etc. Find a girl who can cook, but also learn how to cook yourself. That is the big takeaway when it comes to what I think. Yes, find someone who can do those kinds of things, but also be sure to be able to do those kinds of things yourself. So that way, if for no other reason, you can split the work between you both. When he had his shirt off, I wanted to throw up. I don't even remember what he looks like with his shirt off.
how are women allowed to drive?
Andrew Tate is a self-described misogynist who has recently been booted off Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, he was banned off social media when he started popping off big
Men
time.
and boys to commit harm offline. The 35-year-old is a former professional kickboxer who now creates content and runs an online course in modern wealth creation.
Modern wealth creation, where every time you ask him, what is the structure, what is the business structure of his Hustlers University, he basically tells you to sign up for Hustlers University so that you can find out, which is a little bit sus. Whenever someone offers a product, why is there this epic music playing in the background? Oh, it's Destiny 2. I've got Destiny 2 running in the background. So Hustlers University, like whenever someone is trying to sell a service and you want to ask them about that service, the usual answer is like an actual answer about that service. Whereas whenever you ask Andrew Tate about the business model of Hustlers University, his answer is just sign up for Hustlers University and find out. He is unironically trying to get you to spend money on his product, on his service, without actually telling you what his product or his service actually is. And there are a lot of people who will tell you that his service, which is apparently like lessons on how to make more money, works. But then when you ask them for an example of how his service actually helps them make money, they don't tell you. They don't say anything. All they say is just sign up. Just trust me. Just sign up. Just trust me. Just sign up, dude. Just sign up. Sign up to Hustlers University and you will learn the various ways you need to make a lot of money. I signed up. This is not me, obviously, but like, this is what they say. I signed up, and now I'm making a lot of money, and if you want to learn how I am making a lot of money when I signed up to this particular service, you should sign up to the service to find out for yourself. That's what they say. So, what does that sound like? Well, it kind of sounds like a pyramid scheme.
At a company he founded called Hustlers University. He's publicly said that he made his first million when he was just 27 years old, and that by 32 he had 100 million. He's also said that he became a...
Apparently he has 100 million, but he can't find a person to know how to focus the camera properly. Look at that, the camera's actually focused on the women in the back, which is cool. But like, to be a top, I didn't expect being a top G to also be the one who's out of focus, and that the women in the back are the ones who are in focus.
Let's get to work.
He had 100 million. He's also said that he became a trillionaire quite recently. But the problem is that there are actually no trillionaires on the planet, with Elon Musk estimated to be worth 250
I didn't even know about the trillionaire thing. Wait, I'm sorry. You're supposed to be a billionaire, allegedly, and yet you seriously cannot find someone who knows how to operate a camera properly. What the hell is this? He's out of focus again.
dollars. Essential Sport says that Tate's net worth is closer to $30 million.
Oh.
Air stewardess is minimum wage.
His videos promoting misogyny have come to prominence this summer. He had 4.7 million Instagram followers at the time that his account...
Also, what's also kind of hilarious is that he blew up on social media. But not through his own channel. He blew up through a ton of other people's channels. A lot of people, like, advertising his service. Which is a bit sus.
Account was removed. It had grown rapidly from 1 million followers just 2 months before. Although his account has been banned from the platform, TikTok has been flooded with content about Tate. Videos with the Andrew Tate hashtag have been viewed more than 12.7 billion times. But it's important to note that this number doesn't just include content of Tate and his supporters, but instead videos criticising and making fun of the influencer.
Whoa, wait, what's happening here? Not me DJing...
And making fun of the influencer.
Not me DJing on Andrew Tate's bald ass head.
But instead video...
No shot, people who follow him are real. There are a handful of people who do seem to be very, very much invested in the success of Andrew Tate. But the question does become, were they... are they also financially invested in the success of Andrew Tate? Because if he fails, then they lose a lot of money.
Videos criticising and making fun of the influencer.
Everybody knows the quickest kid in class gets all the bitches. That still applies today. The reason I get my pick on the most beautiful women in the world is because I am the fastest man in the galaxy.
He was permanently banned.
What the hell? Okay.
For saying that women should bear responsibility for being sexually.
Oh yes, a good old bit of victim flaming. A good old bit of old-fashioned victim shaming. Yes, something along the lines of, like, you know, I don't know if he's ever said something along the lines of the classic if a woman gets sexually assaulted, it's probably because of something that she was wearing kind of deal. I don't know. Has he ever said that?
Still on YouTube with over 750,000 subscribers. When interviewed by another YouTuber, he said he was absolutely a misogynist. But
well, that's true.
He also told The Guardian that he plays a character in his videos and that he's actually innocent. He appeared on the 2016 season of UK Big Brother, but was evicted from the series after a video of him beating a woman outside of the show surfaced.
Wait, what?
That this video was a joke.
I love Trump. I think he's super inspiring.
Of course he does.
Tate has been a vocal supporter.
Wait, he beat a woman in front of the outside of the show. What? Wait, I don't even know this. Wait, what? Video of Andrew. Okay, this is from Sports Skeeter. Video of Andrew Tate beating a woman resurfaces online amid growing mass outrage. While the origin... Okay, following... a video of him insulting a woman has gone viral. Tate seems to be hitting his possible girlfriend at the time. I've never heard of this. Wait, what happened in the... Is this it? Is this the video?
Video of Andrew Tate hitting two women part 1.
What my idea is? Do you want to know what my idea is?
What are you doing? Is he grabbing a belt?
That's right, lock the door, you knew I was going to beat the out of you. If you behaved, I wouldn't have to hit you, would I? You don't.
Did he literally just grab a belt to go and beat someone who's locked the door right now?
Forever.
Unexpected allies.
That's it. Okay, well.
Enemies. Expect the unexpected.
I mean, yeah, that's fucked. Okay, let's move. Let's continue.
Former President Donald Trump, and has appeared on right-wing podcasts and shows like InfoWars.
He's also appeared quite a lot. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen him on. I don't think I've ever seen him appear on InfoWars, but obviously I don't watch InfoWars. I have seen him show up on Piers Morgan's show. He showed up on Piers Morgan's show no less than I think 3 times, which is just insane. Anyway.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
All lies, all lies. It's all a scam. Let me tell you something, man. When this corona thing was going on, look like a bitch. No, I'm like these mask wearers.
Oh yeah, he also is very much anti-mask. Because I think he believes that it kind of just goes back to his general thesis, which is that his personal experience is the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter what people are saying, as he quotes on the internet. It doesn't matter if there is a study that clearly states that XYZ is happening. If his personal experience suggests that XYZ is in fact not happening for some fucking reason, what's the point about victims and what they are wearing? There's always been this victim blaming aspect when it comes to sexual assault. Guess how? Where oh, can you link me the video? I'm actually morbidly curious, Mara. There's this there's always been this point about in victim shaming where you like you know how like sometimes, especially like on a Friday night, for example, and you go to the club or you go to the pub, and a lot of men and women are there and they're dancing, they're having a good time, and often a lot of the women are wearing, you know, short skirts, somewhat revealing dresses, you know, those kind of things, right? So the whole victim shaming aspect of sexual assault is this idea where a woman should bear the responsibility, or at least some of the responsibility, of being sexually assaulted or raped. Let's fucking say it. Raped, drugged and abused and assaulted because of what she's wearing, whether that be a short skirt or a somewhat revealing top or a somewhat revealing dress, you know. And I don't mean like tits out revealing shirt. I mean like just a somewhat form-fitting shirt. That kind of shit, you know? It's like this kind of insane idea where there was a whole museum that was built to show what you wear doesn't matter, and there's even babies. There's even a baby onesie there. Wait, what? I don't even know what that means. But like, it's like this insane idea where like,
I need your skill.
You like that's never said of men. First off, and then also secondly, like, most guys who are just normal human beings don't see a girl who happens to be wearing a nice dress or like or like a somewhat skin showing. When I say revealing, I don't mean, okay, let me rephrase that. When I say revealing, I'm not talking about like, oh, you can actually see like side boob, not that kind of shit. And even then, like, that's still ridiculous. But like, I mean like the kind of dress that like a lot of skin is showing, you know, those kinds of like very skin revealing dresses and skin revealing shirts and that kind of stuff. Like, if they want to wear that, cool. That doesn't mean you can, that doesn't give you any reason to sexually assault them. So yeah, that's the whole victim blaming aspect of that, which is, I think, something that he has said.
What? There's climate change activism, Extinction Rebellion. Yeah, I'll show you an extinction.
Okay. Oh yeah, I do want to also talk about this as well, briefly, because I don't know as much about him. A museum where mostly women would pin what they wore the moment of their sexual assault on the walls. Oh shit. You know what? That does sound familiar. Museum of Sexual Assault. That does actually sound vaguely oh, the what were you wearing exhibit. Right. Right. Yeah, there we go. The idea that, like, just because someone is walking around in a oh, you can't see my mouse, can you? Like the idea that, like, just because someone is walking around in a dress like this doesn't mean you could just sexually assault them. That's not how anything works. Just because someone is walking around in a cheerleading outfit doesn't mean you could sexually assault them. Like, it's that simple. But yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Anyway. So that's Andrew Tate. So, cut to today. Or rather, cut to last night. Andrew Tate sent Greta Thunberg, a 19-year-old climate activist, a tweet bragging about his cars, which is apparently what top G behavior is, and asking her for her email so that he can tell her more about his cars, which is, you know, totally not a sus thing to do. Greta Thunberg turned around and told him, okay, here's my email, smalldickenergy@getalife.com or something like that.
We have much to discuss.
I gotta find that tweet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, wonderful. It still has everything. Oh, wait, here's the thread. Okay, here we go. Wait, where is it? No, I want to see the thread. No, I want to see the thread! Okay, fuck it. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. This is from Andrew Tate, like, last night. Quote, "Hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti is a..." What does that even mean? W16. What does that mean? W16, whatever the hell that means. 8-liter quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizions have 6.5... First off, plural? Hello? Dude, it's not top G behavior to have bad grammar. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizion have 6.5-liter V12s. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and the respective enormous emissions. Dude, how is that not sus? Not only are you unironically bragging about your 33 cars to a 19-year-old, you're also asking for their email address. Like, what the fuck?
The city is depending on its guardian.
What the fuck? Now, here's the big thing. 204 likes. 204 likes out of 137 million views, okay? So, 204 likes out of 107 million views. Greta Thunberg would then quote retweet. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. It's 3.1 million likes. The best part about this story is not the fact that someone is clearly... The best part about the story is the fact that someone... It's not just that Andrew Tate is unironically being hella creepy to a 19-year-old. Completely out of nowhere, by the way, I think. He's also getting ratioed by a multiplicative of 15. He's getting ratioed by 15, dude. 204k likes to 3.1 mil. Dude, Greta ratioed the fuck out of him, man. Is that creepy? I feel like he's just being an asshole. Greta Thunberg, in some nations, is barely legal. Has just become a legal woman. She is in America still too young to drink. Andrew Tate is what, 35 or thereabouts? I don't even know how old he is. I'm curious, actually. How old is Andrew Tate? Oh, 36! Andrew Tate is 36 years old. He is nearly twice her age. He's nearly twice her age. There is a level of creepiness involved in a 36-year-old unironically bragging to a 19-year-old about his cars. Yeah, why are you trying to hit up a 19-year-old, dude?
If the hive may rise again under the...
Now, is there anything sexual implied that I'm missing? No, there's nothing sexual. But, like, it's this idea where you're unironically flaunting your cars to a 19-year-old. It's a bit creepy. It's a bit weird. It's like when an old guy rocks up to a... It's like when the old guy rocks up to a university in like a vroom vroommobile. And he's like, hey, want to come back to my place and check out my cars? I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What is this? So, it's a little bit creepy. But then...
Unexpected allies. Unexpected enemies.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, we got to move further away from what's his face? Zavala? We got to move him further away from Zavala because he's talking shit and I don't want him to say anything. Okay. There is, however, an additional level of shenanigan involved. Andrew Tate has been arrested today under suspicion of human trafficking. Specifically, sex trafficking.
Watch out.
Apparently, my man is involved in some sort of a scheme called I've heard it's called Loverboy. This idea where online or via some other means you chat up a girl and you make them feel invested, you make them feel infatuated with you to the point where they would leave their family and go to you, perform some sort of a sex act or whatever, and you basically start pimping them out. That's how I understand it. I could be wrong. When we add that context back into this story, there's something a little bit fucked up about, flaunting your 33 cars to Greta Thunberg. Hey Raider, how's it going? We're talking about the Andrew Tate arrest. Now, there's a good look, I agree. There is a good to fair chance there was absolutely no sexual connotation whatsoever in the little exchange between between Andrew and Greta. But come on. She's 19. He's 36. Why the hell is he trying to hit up a 19-year-old using his cars? What is going on here, right? What the hell is going on here? Now, this is an amazing tweet that I just came across on Reddit/all. Andrew Tate was arrested in Romania because Romanian officials figured out he was in Romania because his video retort to Greta Thunberg, he did a video reply, by the way, revealed he was in the country. God is never late, but he's always on time. I'm almost, like, honestly, when stuff like this happens, I do suddenly feel like maybe there is a God. Oh, man. Now, there's a few other things I want to talk about. I might not be able to show it because I don't think I can find the video myself. There is actually body cam footage of at least one of the cops, one of the Romanian cops who stormed Andrew Tate's and his brother's home. So his brother's name is Christian Tate. They've both been arrested, right? Oh, sorry, Tristan Tate. What am I saying? His brother's name is Tristan Tate. Oh, here we go. So, there's two of them. There's Andrew Tate on the left, and we've got Tristan Tate on the right. They've both been arrested, okay? And they've been accused of human trafficking. So, Andrew Tate... oh, wait, hang on. Is this it? Oh no, this is the perp walk. His brother is hot? Really? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, you know what? No, I agree. His brother is, somewhat good looking. And I say that as a straight man, like, as straight as I can get. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so there actually is body cam footage of the raid somewhere. I just don't know where to find it myself. But, I've seen it via Hassan Abi. I've seen it via Hassan. And what's hilarious about the raid of Andrew Tate's home, a reminder again, this is a guy who unironically thinks that women should be, the role of the women of society is to cook and clean, and that a woman is Twitter? Oh, wait. What's this? Is this the raid, or is this something else? Oh. Oh, sorry, the beating. Oh, the beating video. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, shit. And this is back when he had hair. Ugh. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's ridiculous. Yikes. Yikes. And to think people still think he's still a W from that. What the fuck, dude? Nah, that's fucked up. Okay. So here's the thing about the raid of Andrew Tate's home. Is that he first off, yeah, remember, this is a guy who has beaten women in the past, evidently. And also on top of that, his general thesis is something along the lines of like women should be in the kitchen, women should be cleaning, the man goes out and works, the women are at home taking care of everything else. One of the cops, at least one of the cops, I've heard two cops, one of the cops that was involved in the raid of his home. Oh, is that it? Was a woman. In an exceptional example of top G, top bloke behavior, my man got arrested by a woman. Is this it? Oh, this is it. This is it. Yep, this is what I was looking for. This looks about right. Yes. So, there's a woman who is part of the police. That's right. True top G behavior. He gets arrested by a woman. Imagine that. Spending your entire life and career talking shit about women. Proceeds to get arrested by one. Why? Because you tried to head up a 19-year-old woman last night. What the hell is this? Yeah, so there's there's at least two women involved in this, which is, you know, that's awesome. I find that absolutely hilarious. Okay, there's also another thing I want to talk about real quick, because I came across that, like, today. What the fuck is this timeline? I know, right? It's insane. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. No. I spelled that wrong. There was an organization of some sort, which actually has a very hilarious name. I wanted to shout them out because I'm trying to find the full name of the organization. Unless that was actually a meme. I'm just trying to figure out the name of the organization. It's like the general research into general research something trafficking organization. Unless that was actually a meme. Unless someone just actually made a really, really funny joke. Oh, hang on. There's a guy on Twitter actually, who's absolutely been popping off about all this stuff. His name is, what is his name? No, sorry, not his. Rather her. I'm gonna say her for now. Her name is Alejandra Caraballo. Yes, Alejandra Caraballo. She's been absolutely popping off with regards to this Andrew Tate stuff. Okay, let me see if I can find all of the news. Okay, no, I can't seem to find it, but because I thought it was very, very funny, but I could be wrong. Romania's Directorate for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism. That's not what I was thinking of. I thought that there was an organization in Romania that was unironically called Greta. Greta. And it actually stood for like the something of trafficking something. I don't know. I don't know. It was probably just a meme. Never mind, it was probably a meme. Bottom line is, right? When Andrew Tate did a clapback video in response to Greta's tweet back at him, the small dick energy at getalife.com tweet, right? He did a video where he was unironically showing pizza boxes from Jerry's Pizza, which is apparently a Romanian pizza chain. Thus, the cops realized that he was actually in Romania, which gave them the opportunity to fucking clap his ass. Like, imagine that! Imagine being such a top bloke that you had to not only try to brag about your 33 cars, you had to, not only are you such a top bloke, so secure in your masculinity that you are bragging and flaunting 33 cars to a 19-year-old climate activist who then ratioed your ass on Twitter, a ratio so hard that you then had to make a follow-up clapback video, which unironically gave away that you were back in Romania, ergo, the cops went and raided your house. Holy fuck, man! You could, if you wrote that down as a plot point for a television show or even a movie, and you gave that to a studio to say, hey, this is the story that I want to tell, just a series, just a constant and consistent series of L's, even a studio would look at you and be like, no, this is not realistic. This would never happen. What do you mean? What is this? How come the cops were on his ass? Because there is a good to fair chance that he's been doing some human trafficking. I don't really know that much about this guy. Okay, let's read this entire article. Here we go. Divisive figure Andrew Tate has been arrested in Romania after he gave away his secret hideout when he ordered pizza. It is understood police raided his luxury home in Bucharest. He was hiding from the cops. Yep. It is understood police raided his luxury home in Bucharest in connection with a human trafficking investigation arresting Tate and his brother Tristan. It's believed Tate's online feud with climate activist Greta Thunberg tipped off authorities to his whereabouts. After taunting Greta Thunberg in a Twitter post where he bragged about his enormous emissions car collection, the 19-year-old Swede responded with an epic burn, which by the way ratioed his ass into Kingdom Come, siding off with "Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com." Unable to help himself, Andrew Tate responded with a video showing a pizza from a Romanian chain called Jerry's Pizza. Sources close to the investigation told local news publication Gandul that anti-mafia prosecutors. He was allegedly working with Romanian mafia. By the way, sources close to the investigation told local news publication Gandul that anti-mafia prosecutors learned where Tate and his brother were living through their social media activity. In fact, police may have tracked down the pair after they ordered the pizza, which are leaving their home address. Of course they did! Of course they did! Because when you order a pizza to be delivered, you have to give them an address. And it's not like they were going to give them a fucking PO.
Eververse isn't just a title, it's a promise.
We did it, boys. Tate is no more. We'll see. We'll see. Because there is a video from a guy by the name of Aiden Ross, who is one of the people who really likes Andrew Tate for some fucking reason. And he reckons that maybe what they should do, is re-elect Donald Trump back to be the president of the United States, so that he can somehow pardon Andrew Tate for a crime that he was arrested for in Romania. I mean, I understand that, like, US jurisdiction can be very far and wide-reaching thanks to the fucking FBI and CIA, but I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be able to influence shenanigans in Romania, but we'll see. Redemption like EDP. There is no coming back for that motherfucker as well. Or rather, that potential kitty fiddler. Okay. Tate and Tristan are pictured being led away in handcuffs following an investigation for the alleged kidnapping of 2 young women in their villa in the town of Voluntari in April. I don't really know the details of the whole people smuggling or human trafficking side of this story. I just know that there is a story involving human trafficking with regards to Andrew Tate, so I'm going to be very interested to see if this kind of shit happens. Warrants were issued for the brothers in relation to forming an organized criminal group, international human trafficking, and rape. 2 other suspects, including a female police officer. Somehow a female ex-cop is involved in this, and I don't know how the hell that happens. 2 other suspects, including a female ex-police officer, were also arrested. Police prosecutors said they found 6 women who had allegedly been sexually exploited by the suspects. The 4 suspects appear to have created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialized websites for a cost. Now, I'll say this. If you are getting people to create pornographic content to be seen via a paywall, that in and of itself is fine. The problem comes with the exploiting and the forcing of said people to create pornographic content meant to be seen via a paywall. Obviously, that's the problem. It's not the pornographic content, it's the exploitation and the forcing part of this particular aspect. If someone like okay, I'm gonna bring out a name that's just off the top of my head. If Riley Reid has created, and she has created a lot of content of her, fucking 25 people at once, and that shit is locked behind a paywall, that's fine. If it turns out that Riley Reid was forced and coerced in some way, shape, or form to fuck 25 people in order to create that kind of content to be viewed via a paywall, that's fucked. That's fucked. And that's the difference. So, they will have gained important sums of money. Yes. So, it is currently alleged. Okay? It is currently alleged that the reason why Andrew Tate can make so much money could be that he exploits women to make pornographic content that he then sells online. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't sound like top G behavior to me. That just sounds like being a creepy criminal freak. Apparently there was a video that was deleted on his YouTube channel. He claims 40% of the reason he moved to the UK, from the UK to Romania, was because Romanian police were less likely to pursue rape charges. I do remember him saying something like that. That's weird. I'm not a rapist, but I like the idea of just being able to do what I want. I like being free. Hey, listen! Hey, Andrew, listen! I'm not a rapist either! I live in Australia. What's your point? What kind of logic is that, dude? What the fuck? What kind of fucking logic is that? I didn't rape anyone, totally. Trust me, bro. That's why I've moved to Romania, because the Romanian cops are less likely to pursue those rape charges. What? What does that mean? Seriously. Anyway, I wonder if he's going to find some, I wonder if he's going to find some top G, top bloke behavior in prison. We'll see. It is all I know is it has been nothing short of a hilarious day today. Oh. A quick pivot before we begin as well. Another thing I want to show you guys today. Folks, the US midterms happened many months ago. And we had some characters. We had some characters that were part of the US midterm story. Not just characters that we already know and love, like Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, also known as Magic the Gathering, but actually giving Magic the Gathering a bad name, which is hilarious because, like, every time these days when you say, "Oh my god, I can't believe MTG just did this," you have to unironically think, wait, are you thinking about Magic the Gathering, or are you thinking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republican, what is she, a Senate candidate, or a senator, or no, she's not a senator, she's a House of Representatives, what do they call it, congresswoman. Anyway, US midterms, there've been a lot of crazy characters, as always, right? One of those crazy characters includes a man by the name of Herschel Walker, who was such a hilariously bad candidate that his own son basically shot his ass to hell. And by shot his ass to hell, I mean basically came out and said, yeah, no, this guy cheated on his on his wife with like 25 other women and fucked like 20 other women and has like kids with all sorts of other women and doesn't raise any one of them. So that's Herschel Walker. We can talk about Herschel Walker too if you want, but like he's a bit of a hilarious character in and of himself. He thinks he's a cop. Anyway, there has recently been a new guy who has been making waves with regards to the US Congress. He's a man by the name of George Santos. Now, chat, who here knows who George Santos is? Does anyone know who this guy is? You don't? Okay. Okay. I'm hoping this article will tell us everything. Oh, please tell me you've got everything. Okay. George Santos is a congressman for one of the districts of New York. And he ran for Congress with a particular resume that said a bunch of things. For example, he claimed that he was Jewish. He claimed that, let me see if I can find, no? Okay, you know what, so he claimed that he was, what did he say about Pulse nightclub? Here we go. Is this from New York Magazine? Oh. Okay, he claims that, wait, what is this? Oh, he claims that he has employees, or he had employees, who were killed in the Pulse nightclub shooting in 2016. That's the one in Florida, where someone ran into a nightclub and shot up a bunch of people. That one. He claims to be gay. And he's claimed a handful of other things. Oh, he also claims to have worked for Goldman Sachs. Okay, so let me repeat. 4 things. Number 1, George Santos has claimed that he is gay. Number 2, George Santos has claimed he is Jewish. Number 3, George Santos has claimed that he had employees who were shot up at the Pulse nightclub shooting. Number 4, what did I say was number 4? He was gay. He was gay. He was Jewish. He had people who were shot up in Pulse nightclub. And he, oh fuck, I don't remember all the lies that he's told now. Bottom line is, these are all lies. Okay? The main thing is that he's making waves in the news because everything that I just mentioned was in fact a lie. George Santos claims that he was gay when he was, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, George Santos claims he was gay while he was running to be a congressman. It then turns out he's Catholic. And when he's faced with that... Oh, the 4th one is he worked for Goldman Sachs. That's right. There's also a 5th one as well. The idea that he's never owned property. I'll talk about that in a sec. Okay, George Santos claims that he is gay. And then it turns out that he's actually Catholic. And he tries to, sorry, did I say Catholic? What am I saying? George Santos claims he was Jewish. Turns out he's Catholic. In a sense that, like, he says he is not Jewish, but instead he's Jew-ish. He says that, like, his family, or rather his grandma, I think it was his grandparents rather, were Jewish, but then they were in Germany in the 40s, which, you know, Hitler days. So they converted to Catholicism in order to escape, being gassed, for want of a better word, right? They tried to escape the Holocaust by converting to Catholicism. So he is Jewish, but he's not Jewish. Like, just in and of itself, that's not how anything works, number 1. But number 2, it turns out that there is no record, I remember hearing that, like, there's no record of him having, any grandparents who were Jewish. Either way, like, the idea is that whatever excuse that he tried to make on him being Jewish, but in fact he's Catholic, that has been disproven. On top of that, there is a recorded conversation of George Santos, where he unironically comes out and says, "Oh yeah, no, I'm Catholic." So when he's running for Congress, he's like, "Yeah, no, vote for me, I'm Jewish." But there are actual recorded conversations somewhere where he unironically just comes out and says, "Yeah, no, I'm Catholic." So he's Jewish, but he's actually Catholic. Number 1. Number 2, he's gay. Except he's actually married a woman before. Now, granted, you can be gay and still marry women. You can be gay now, but previously have a romantic relationship with women. Because you might actually be bisexual. Or if you follow my school of thought, which is that being gay is in fact a choice, but it's fine. There's no reason why we shouldn't let gay marriage be a thing anyway. Fuck it. You could very well be straight, and then you realize you may be gay. Okay, cool. That's perfectly fine as well. Except the previous relationship with a woman, which resulted in a divorce,
Fenchurch does the exploring.
wasn't disclosed. So I don't know about you guys, but I think it's a little bit sus to be saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gay," and then not talk about the fact that you had a previous relationship with a woman, versus saying, "Oh yeah, no, I'm gay now." If he just came out and said, "Listen, I'm gay now. Yes, I did have a wife before. It didn't work out. We divorced. It is what it is. But I feel like I'm gay now." That's cool. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Okay. New generation, vote for me. I'm gay. I'm Jewish, which means I'm part of a minority, so I deserve it. Yeah. Yeah. He's unironically doing like all of the fucking like what is it called? Neoliberal fucking pandering fucking bullshit. Yeah. He's doing all that shit, right? So he's gay, but is he? That one's still in the maybe category, because it's entirely possible that you could be gay and have had a previous relationship. Okay. Number 3. He claims he had employees who died at the Pulse nightclub shooting. There's basically no record of that, as far as I can tell. That one was a weird one. Number 4. He claims to have worked at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs come out and say, "No, you haven't. Who the fuck are you? No, you haven't. Nuh-uh. You've never worked for Goldman Sachs. We are Goldman and Sachs, and we are here to tell you, you ain't Goldman Sachs. You ain't work for us." Who is that woman on your shirt? I feel like I've seen her somewhere. This one. So, this is the Master of Animation and Visualization shirt. i.e., it's the master's degree shirt that we got at the start of the year, at the start of 2020. I would assume there is probably a version of this shirt somewhere with the wombat that we worked on. This was just the girl who was the main character of the animated short that was created the year before I came in, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I wonder if we do actually have Mav shirts with the wombat on it, but it would be I don't think I'll be able to get it myself. I would like to, but whatever. It is what it is. So, I guess I'm unironically advertising the master's degree I did. Although, to be fair, my existence pretty much advertises that degree. Because, thanks to getting that degree, I has a job. Master degree Gary. Yeah, exactly. Master Gary. Okay, there is a 5th thing that George Santos said. Or rather, that George Santos claimed. That turns out he has also disproven by himself. George Santos, when he was running, I think it was as he was running for Congress, he said like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm rather poor." Well, not really. He didn't say that necessarily, but he said something along the lines of like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm rather poor." He's trying to pander to the poor vote. "I'm rather poor. I have never owned any property." There is a video interview of George Santos somewhere, floating on the internet, where he has unironically said, "I have sold a property!" So on the one hand, he's saying, "I've never owned any property in my life." But a few years ago, he has been recorded saying, "Oh yeah, no, I totally sold this property. I totally sold this house." I think it was like a house or something, or an apartment. "I totally sold this place, and made quite a lot of money from it." What, are you a real estate agent? He's not. I think. I don't think it's not. I don't think it was. I don't think he was a real estate agent. He was saying that in the context of like, I sold this house. I sold this house because it's my house. It's our property. Now he's trying to scream and worm his way out of this one by saying, "Oh no, I don't own anything, but my parents do." But like, when you say, "Oh no, I sold this house and I made a lot of money," or something along those lines, it's like, okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay, this is actually a pretty funny tweet. Let me see if I can. Oh man, I clicked the profile. That was so dumb. Oh no, there it is. This okay. Yeah, this is a pretty funny tweet. This man has lied so much that it begs the question: is George Santos even his real name? Bottom line is, I am going to be keeping an eye on the George Santos shenanigans via David Pakman, because he's been covering it, and I think it is just fucking hilarious. Because like the way that David covers the story is like, okay, so he didn't work for Goldman Sachs. At least he's gay and at least he's Jewish. Okay, what? At least he's gay and Jewish. Okay, whatever. And the next day, oh, so he's not Jewish. He's actually Catholic. Well, at least he's gay. Surely we could just stop there, right? Okay, fine, whatever. He's gay, but otherwise he's lied about everything else. And then the next day, so he's not gay either. Maybe. Wow. What the what's left? What's left? At least he's human. Surely he's still human, right? It's probably going to come out like 2 days from now. That there is evidence to suggest that George Santos is in fact a lizard. In which case you will be seeing the David Pakman segment of like, well, George Santos is a lizard, so even when I tried to give him the lowest bar to clear, being, well, at least you're a human being, right? At least you're a Homo sapien. You're not a Homo sapien. You are in fact a lizard. So you lied about that as well. I'm a human just like all of you. Just like all of you, don't I deserve a vote? True, right? True. Anyway, so yeah, those are the big stories that I wanted to talk about. I haven't talked about the news much lately. I feel like if there's any point, if there is any time to start talking about the news again, today's the day. Andrew Tate getting fucking arrested. Big time. Thanks to a Twitter spat by Greta Thunberg. Oh, this is the best story ever. And on the other side, imagine if he does a clapback video to me. Imagine if he does a clapback video, but in the background you can see a woman who is being beaten into having to perform a sex act for a video, while someone is unironically on the video on the laptop, and you can clearly see on the screen that he is uploading that video to a website, which you can then go and see that there is actually a fucking paywall. Imagine if he does a clapback video so monumentally disastrous like that it actively, unironically proves the allegations that have been laid against him. That would be like, honestly, the cherry on top, but obviously that's never gonna happen. Surely. Come on, Andrew. Show us what top G behavior really is. Surely that is what top bloke behavior truly is. Oh my god. Okay. I'll be right back, everyone. My throat is getting sore from all this screaming.
Sure, rhythmic physical expressions won't win a fight, but they feel good. Feeling good is better than not.
Alright, let's do this. I'm sorry, the Andrew Tate shit is so funny. Oh no. Every time I think about it, it just gets funnier. Like, let's just review that again. Try to flaunt your cars to a 19-year-old. Get ratioed on Twitter as a direct result of that. Make a clapback video, which in turn doxes you and reveals where you literally are. Get arrested by the cops, including 2 female cops. All in the span of a day. Listen, if I ever meet Greta Thunberg, which is highly unlikely, but still, if I ever meet Greta Thunberg, that would be the only question I would ask. I wouldn't ask her anything about climate activism because I think she said more than enough about climate activism at this point. I would just simply ask her, Greta, one question, just one question. How did you feel on December 30th, 2022, when in the space of a day, Andrew Tate tried to flaunt his cars to you, and then he was arrested by the cops thanks to him doxing himself after you ratioed his ass into Kingdom Come. Oh god. Okay, let's move on. Okay, alright, so anyway, in Destiny, the goal I'm currently trying to achieve is to reach level 12 with the sword. And as far as I can tell, the fastest way for me to be achieving level 12 with the sword is to just be doing activities just in general. So I'm just gonna be randomly doing stuff, I think. Maybe I do need to do 3 dares of eternity. Should probably go do that. Like 3 dares of eternity. Just general strike shenanigans. There might be a few other bits and bobs that I could do as well to get some more gear. Like, I'm trying to get up also to the high enough light level. So, oh yeah, these 2 probably will be a good idea as well. Basically, I'm trying to get up to 1570. I'm like 1545 right now, which is just cringe.
Get a little joy.
Like, it just takes so long. Why does it take so long to reach the... Or rather, like, because I don't play PvP, maybe it's just that, like, A, I don't play PvP, and B, I don't play enough. That it just takes bloody forever for me to reach that particular light level. What's the heat subclass for Warlock called? Solar. So you got 3 of them. You've got... Oh, no, I won't do that yet. So you got 3 of them. You got Solar, Void, and Arc. Solar is the heat one. Oh no, sorry, you meant the... Fuck. Sorry, I just meant the element. So there's actually 2 of them. Yeah, oh no, it's mainly called Dawnblade. Actually, yeah, no, it's just mainly called Dawnblade. Yeah. So, you've got 3 of them. You've got the Void one, well rather, you've got 4 of them actually. You've got Void Walker, which is the Void one. You've got Dawnblade, which is the Solar one. And then you've got Stormcaller, which is the Arc one. And then there's also Stasis, which is Shadebinder. Except, I don't know about you guys, I don't ever play Stasis anymore. I think with Lightfall there's going to be a new element involved, and it's probably the green light element, which is, I'm going to assume, going to be a darkness element. So that's nice. It would be good to see more darkness elements, I think. Because the idea that it says select darkness subclasses, plural. Right? And yet there's only one so far. So, like, logically, there should be another one coming soon, and I think that's going to be the case with Lightfall. I will probably get Lightfall, but in much the same way that I didn't get the, in much the same way I didn't do that for Witch Queen, I probably won't be getting Lightfall Deluxe Edition because that's like $120 or some dumb crap.
From a fractured
It's like if you want to get the Deluxe Edition for any of the expansions, it's $120. Now I get it, that's $120 for essentially a year's worth of content, but like, I don't play Destiny nearly enough. The only time I actually play Destiny on like any sort of meaningful basis anymore is if and when there is an exotic bow. That's why I'm playing now, because there's a new exotic bow in the dungeon that I want to get. Hierarchy of Needs. Once I get Hierarchy of Needs, I'll make a video on it, and then I'll just stop playing the game. Until a major expansion comes out. When a major expansion comes out, whether it be Witch Queen, Lightfall, etc, 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 yeah, you bet your ass I'm gonna play that. But yeah, until then, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Warframe core. Warframe core, yeah. What? A stasis core? Oh, I also completed the masterwork, or rather the catalyst for Le Monarque. So basically, Le Monarque being like one of my favorite bows in the game, of which there are 3, and they're basically all of the basically all of the exotic bows that I have right now, right? Of course, they're my favorite weapons in the game. Basically, the way this works, when I achieve multiple kills, or even if I achieve a big kill, I basically get all my health back. So I can basically tank really effectively with Le Monarque, provided I'm just doing multi-kills. Which is kind of hilarious. I've tried it out against some enemies, like for example, these some sort of like Baneling type explodey boys from the whatever the hell they're called, the sort of like the almost fat, the Scorn, I think it's what they're called. Yeah, I've tried. I used the buff against them, the Banelings from the Scorn. I can basically like tank each hit, and then just get all my health back, and then tank the next hit, get all my health back, tank the next hit, get all my health back. So normally that results very quickly in death with the Le Monarque thing. It does not. So yeah, in general, I think I'm going to be liking this, I think I'm going to be liking this catalyst quite a lot. It's not the most amazing catalyst in the universe. Obviously, the most amazing catalyst is probably still going to be, the Trinity Eagle catalyst, because the Trinity Eagle catalyst is freaking nuts. But putting that aside, the yeah, the Le Monarque one is turning out to be pretty good. Oh, did that do it? Just got a legendary core. Oh, nice! You got that from what? Swordies? Because I haven't played Swordies in a while. I haven't played Swordies in a very long time, actually.
Now prepare for our obstacle course. The inconceivable horse proclaims it utterly bonkers.
Okay, don't screw this up, Kate. Got him. Hey, Soup, how's it going? I'm never playing Swordy, it's boring. And I only get Iotans. Yeah, exactly right. I'm gonna put it on my Bane of Infested. Wait. What? Why? Hold on, let me
Hailing from the Ascendant Realm, here come the Hive.
well, if nothing else, I'll just do this to level up. Could have been used for 105 plat for my face Dana. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, face Dana. I should probably go and get that. Because if the face Dana is like the Dana plus the wings, look like a hella good Dana to me. I'm surprised I didn't notice that. I would have grabbed that instantly if I noticed that. Wait, is it Fae or is it something rather? Apparently the Dana that comes with that came with what is it, Titania, the sentient Titania skin, was it? Whoa! Isn't that Tenogen? Is it Tenogen? The Titania one, isn't it? Isn't it like DE one? I don't remember anymore. It's Tenogen. Oh, okay. So clearly I need to go and get it for Tenogen. What exactly are we breaking? Well, Destiny Item Manager isn't working. That's annoying. Ah! Okay, so apparently the apparently the health regeneration of the Lemonarch catalyst only is available when I'm actually got Lemonarch as my active weapon, I guess. Otherwise, if I have it stashed, it's inactive. Is that? I guess that's what's up. I guess that's what's going on. It was released alongside Wisp skin, along with the orb on his head and the sentient harrow. Right. Okay. Or maybe it's because maybe I just have to actually just have to make sure I don't actually use a different weapon to get the bonus? I don't know. Oh right, that's what we're shooting at.
Final high. And the next round.
Dang it! Warframe needs bosses like that. Well, this thing here is it's called an ogre. It's actually just a very large version of an otherwise already large enemy. So, essentially, to have a boss like this, we basically need to have like super duper large Grineer bombards. Or I guess like a super duper large ancient healer. That would be effectively the equivalent, the Warframe equivalent.
A brilliant choice from tonight's most gifted contestant. Enjoy the horses.
Juggernauts? Oh yeah, yeah. I guess we kind of already have that. They're called Juggernauts. We kind of also, and also like this is a boss for like a specific game mode, so we kind of already have that. They're called bosses, I guess. But yeah, like that's basically like how that works out.
Star Horse had your final challenge waiting backstage. Let's bring out the Cabal.
Oh, yeah. Yellow damage numbers. Just be grateful that we can actually get like different colored damage numbers without having to use different elements, mate. Unlike, you know, Genshin, where like yellow damage numbers equals geo damage. But yeah, I guess us Destiny players are just a little bit too Destiny bosses in a nutshell. Immune until you do something, yeah. Like what we gotta do actually is just grab some cores and then throw them at these generators to explode them, and they're the shield generators. For whatever reason, people are not doing that. Or I guess we don't have the cores yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting snowballs confused with the cores. Oh yeah, no, I'm just getting snowballs confused with the cores. It's not helpful at all. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, Warframe boss is already dead. Oh, you... Really, dude? Ah. Ah! Revert AoE nerfs.
The horse bestows power upon you.
Go, 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 go. Is he getting stun locked? What's happening here? That'll do. Swords, baby. Oh, okay.
Indeed. I must echo the horse from beyond the stars. Thank you for joining us tonight on Dares of Eternity.
So the reason why I'm going to actually equip that weapon, even though it's a pistol and I don't care about it, is because I'm going to level up, get its stuff sorted out, and then essentially I get this currency from the weapon, and then I can just destroy the weapon. So I ultimately don't care about the weapon, so we're gonna have it there for a bit. Have you ever heard of game High on Life? You know what? That does sound familiar. High on Life. Yeah, I have heard of this game actually. Apparently it's pretty good. From co-creator of Rick and Morty. What's it on? Xbox and PC. Oh, okay. Do I know anyone who's played this? Because I think I may have heard it from one of my friends. Anyway. Space guns that talk. Yeah, it's like a gun that kind of looks like an insect almost. Or like, you know, not an insect, but like one of those cartoon insects from oh, you guys might not know this reference. Mortine ads. Or Raid ads. Not Raid Shadow Legends. There was a bug spray by the name of Raid. Like every time I remember, like I look at that gun, and I'm immediately reminded of that Raid ad with the with the fly.
Of eternity. It is always night in this mysterious realm, for the horse commands it.
Oh no, I forgot to do something. No, I meant to go to my vault. Oh, you know what? No. You know what? Screw it. Oh, one sec, everyone. It's a phone number that I don't recognize. Let's see what it is. Hello?
Could not be delivered successfully and will be returned soon. If you have any questions, please let know. 你好，澳洲邮政，您的快递无法派送成功，即将退回。如有疑问，请按9转接客服中心。
Now spin the wheel and let us learn against whom we must compete.
I've been getting like, I always get like these hilarious spam calls. It's like, hello, this is the Australian government. You have a warrant out for your arrest. Please press 1 for more details. Please press 2 so that we can get your information. You have a warrant out for your arrest. Please press 1 for more information. If you would like to come in quietly, please press 3. It's like, that's not how that works. Oh no, even better. Hello. This is the government, this is the Federal Investigations Department of the Chinese government. You have a warrant out for your arrest. What? Please press 1 for more information. 你好，这是中国 Communist Party. 你要 something. Obviously, I don't know Mandarin, so there's my attempt at a Chinese joke. Point is, those spam calls are hilarious. I love getting spam calls. I kind of unironically like getting spam calls because I normally get them like during work, which basically means, you know, that's a bit of time where I could just take a bit of time off from working and be like, okay, what kind of crazy shenanigan am I about to get myself arrested for this time? Allegedly, in a video game. Yeah, what did I do? Yeah, exactly. What did I do? I get scam calls too, but it's not even for me. The previous phone number. You know what I also get quite a lot? Arrested for shortening the green air population by 81.8%. Why? Because that's too low. And I gotta get those numbers up. Oh. You know what I also got? I got, I don't know if I've told you guys this before. I got 2, what do you call them? I got 2 spam messages on WhatsApp. First one was, they're both in Chinese as well, so I had to run them through Google Translate. But it was like, hello, are you the, ballet teacher? And I'm like, I can be? And then the next one was, hello, are you the piano teacher? And I'm like, I am not necessarily a piano teacher, but I can actually teach you piano if you want. It's like, how else should I respond to that? And then, like, and then actually on Christmas Day, I randomly get a spam message, from a number that I don't recognize on WhatsApp again. Someone just randomly saying Merry Christmas, and I'm like, I was just thinking like, I don't know this number. Is it a friend that I don't recognize? Like, what's going on? Twitch ballet classes? Yeah, I know, right? Twitch ballet classes by yourself, by me, Kategari. The last person you would ever think to be doing ballet classes, because I too have never taken ballet classes. But I can pirouette. Sure, I can pirouette. You actually know it. What, ballet or piano? I played piano before. I used to play piano when I was a lot younger. A lot younger. I don't know why I decided to say a lot younger. But yeah, I used to play piano when I was younger, yeah. I haven't played in a while. But I think, didn't I do a video about the, didn't I do a video going through how the, scales, did I ever do that video? Did I ever release that video of, how the scales in, the, not Manticore. What's the guitar thing that we've got in Warframe called again? The Chosen. Did I ever release that video? Because I remember recording it, and I would like show you, and I was like sitting in front of the piano, actually talking about it, but I don't know if I ever released that video. Chosen. Yeah, do you guys remember if I ever released that video? I would have, I'm sure I would have. I'm sure if I did, I would be getting comments about it to this day. So I probably never released that video. Oh well. Ah! But yeah, I do remember, at the very least, recording a video about how the Scholzen works and how different scales work and what notes you can go for, and so therefore you can choose, for example, which scale you want your Scholzen to be using for whatever song, because obviously some songs will only work with certain some scales. Well, rather, most songs would generally. Well, actually, no, that's not true. All songs can work with whatever scale, because of the way that scales work. In the sense that, like, the reason why you can, for example, transition? No, there's a word. I think it's transcode. The reason why you can, like, make a song go from, like, C major, which is the most generic scale, let's be real here, but, like, the reason why you can go from, like, you can make a song go from C major to D minor is because you just basically take the whatever position each note is in that scale, and you kind of just adjust it to the alternative, because the actuality of each scale, right, so all the major scales, the actuality is that, like, you're basically going based on how many notes. You can really, like, just look at it as, like, the distance between C and D is one tone, or rather 2 semitones. You just look at it from semitones, as a number of semitones. From C to D is 2 semitones. From D to E is 2 semitones. From E to F is 1 semitone. From F to G is 2. From G to A is 2. From A to B is 2. From B to C is from B to C is 1. So it's basically 2 2, and I think, what is it? 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 2 1 or something like that, right? 2 2 1 2 2 2 1. Ah, this fucking ball. Can't believe I'm getting pushed around by balls! And it's not even Thursday night. Anyway, so you can then take that concept, right? You take that concept of, like, okay, so each major scale is 2 2 1 2 2 2 1. And then you apply that to, like, okay, so what if I start at F? So F to G is 1. F to A is 1. A to B is... F to A is 2. A to B is 2. And then I have to go... F to G is 2. F to G is 2. G to A is 2. And then the next one has to be 1. So I go from F to... that's why it's F, A, B flat. C... B flat to C is 2, C to D is 2, E to F is 1. So it's, again, it's 2 2 1 2 2 2 1 or something like that. Like that, like you can actually unironically look at, like, you can unironically look at music scales as a form of math. So that's why, like, any song, as long as you know what kind of scale it is, you can pretty much just, like, you can just use that scale. And so, like, I guess the question then is, like, which actual scale is, for example, the major scale that is programmed into the Scholzen. I think it's meant to be C major. I could be wrong. And so, like, or maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe different Scholzens have different scales. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't used the Scholzen in a while. I don't remember if the UI actually goes as granular as, like, a... Yeah, you could use a major scale, and you could also choose if you want to go C major, or B major, or D major, or G major. Up to you. I don't know if that... I don't remember if it's gone that granular. If it did, that's hella dope. But I don't think it ever did go that granular. Hey Shin, how's it going? So early? Because tonight I want to do a movie night. We're going to be watching Glass Onion on the stream, on the Discord. Fuck. Hey. How's it going, Shin? How's it going? Found a way to sneak in cross dojo in Warframe? Wait, how? Explain. How did you manage to do that? Oh! Extra round. Okay, let's go.
Lightning round activated. Your reward is limited only by your bravery.
If you sent the railjack back to the dojo, as long as the host sticks around, that actually works. Ooh! The rest can walk around too. Wait, weren't we able to make cross dojo a thing before, or nah? I know we tried, I thought we tried cross dojo before, but we just discovered that cross trade didn't work. Or is cross dojo not working either? Yeah, when we farm Revenant Prime. Yeah, I thought Cross Dojo just straight up worked anyway. Or was that the reason why Cross Dojo worked? Because we actually did the Railjack thing. Which is, I think, what Shin was talking about. See, I sort of... Like, yeah, nice one, you figured it out, but like... I sort of vaguely remember we may have already come across this. But yeah, no, that does sound like the way to do it, yes. Good job, Shin. Good job. I'm not trying to, like... I realize, like, whenever people are like, oh my god, I just discovered something, and then the person looks around and is like, wait, hold on, didn't we kind of figure this out before? I'm not trying to diminish that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to diminish that. I'm just trying to figure out, like, did that work? You farmed Revenant Prime with all PC, that works? No. Because Mara's on Xbox? Mara, are you on Xbox or PS5? I don't remember. Or PS4 rather, I don't remember. Oh, do I need to get multi-kills? Not necessarily multiple kills, but specifically multi-kills. Is that how that works? Oof. Classic self-revive before your teammate almost revives you. Yeah, I know, right? To be fair, it's not Destiny without that. You're not playing Destiny if that doesn't help you, if that doesn't happen.
Now, contestants, come claim your winnings. Astounding wealth, richly.
Wait, what? Another sword?
Yes, it is the will of the quantum horse that no one returns empty-handed from the dares of eternity. Good night.
Alright, I'm gonna go get something from my vault. Yeah, how's it going, Shin? How's your day been? We've been talking about the various news shenanigans, that of course have been quite hilarious. So that's what we've been up to today. So you've kind of missed, I guess you've kind of missed an hour of memes. But if you've been keeping up with the news, then yeah, those are some good memes. Today's been a pretty good day in the world of memes. By the way, is Greta also hated or something? What do you mean? It depends on which side of politics you're in. If you are on one side of politics that really doesn't think that global warming is real, then you would despise Greta. Like, you wouldn't like Greta Thunberg. You wouldn't like Greta Thunberg at all, because you would think that she's just this kid who's like going around the world making money by Uncle Roger dissing her, or maybe she can't cook. Maybe she can't cook for shit. I don't think Uncle Roger would have any real problem with her. It could just be something as simple as like, oh my god, this girl spent all the time going around the world telling everybody that the global warming is real, can't make herself globally warm a fucking steak. Could be something like that.
Welcome back.
That would be my guess anyway. Oh, because she's vegetarian? There we go. Oh my god. Run around the world telling everybody global warming is real. But because she's vegetarian, she never gonna global warm a pork chop. What is wrong with this girl? There's also like there's always also going to be a group of individuals who for some reason think that because she actually is autistic, that is going to be a problem that they're going to try and use to say, see, everything she says is made up, because she's autistic. Meanwhile, everybody else is like, no, more like she's autistic and yet she can see that reality is real, and that the science very clearly shows shit's going up, not down. Shit is very much going up, and that's a problem. So yeah, yeah, some people don't like her for those reasons. But generally speaking, I think she's pretty cool. Right, I want to bring a sword. A sword. An almighty sword. What the? Okay, we can dismantle this one now. Even though it was fucking thingamajigged. I think I already have another one of these, so I can get rid of this one. Earth proceeds to explode in 2 weeks. I hope not. I want to be able to salivate. I want to be able to salivate and enjoy the very notion that Andrew Tate is potentially going to be imprisoned because of some random shit that he said to Greta Thunberg. I want to enjoy that notion. There are some lies when it comes to cow hate. So there's a part there's a part of the left I can't stand. I'm somewhere center left myself, so I can't really agree on the stuff that I think is too extreme. Fair enough. Yeah, no, there's certainly some extreme shenanigans that some people have talked about that even I find like, nah, you've lost me there. Especially when it comes to like social issues, like I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm all in on being on the LGBT community getting as much respect as they possibly can, as well as many rights as they possibly can. You know, I'm all for that. That's a-okay in my books. But the moment you start talking about zim zers, nah, I'm out. What the fuck is that? If you're going to get pithy about me calling you they when you are unironically trying to get me to call you zim sir, nah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't understand that. You're gonna have to spend the next 3 hours trying to explain to me what the hell Zimzer is about, cause like, I'm out, dude. I'm out. I think I draw the line at teaching kids that and letting them get gender transition without parental consent. Yeah. Except, I don't think that many kids are doing that. First off, we're talking about kids, so under 18s. I don't think that many kids are doing that. Because I'm pretty sure, like, straight up, that's not even legal. Yet. But, like, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. Never heard of it IRL, though? Neither have I. But, like, neither have I. So, yeah, IRL, I don't think I know anyone who's unironically trying to do Zs. Thankfully. Because that would be an awkward conversation, let's be real here. But, like, considering that, like, there are a bunch of people online who are trying to push the whole Zimzer thing, if I ever come across someone like that, they are they, and that's it. And in a similar fashion, like, I don't think there's that many... Like, it's the same idea. Okay, let's just do it. It's the same idea with like the whole transgender kids in sport, transgender girls in girl sports, right? There's been like this whole debate about it, but then the question is, how many people are even doing this? It's like 2, maybe, and even then, at least one of them I think is still getting their ass kicked in girls sport. So it's not like A, it's actually making a difference, and B, like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's a very small percentage of a very small percentage, and yet it's being brought up a lot by people who just really hate the idea of there being transgender people, which is why I don't care. Transgender women in women's sport, fine, whatever, I don't care. I literally don't care. Because there really is like next to nobody who is either A, using this, or B, even better, B, abusing it. There's like next to nobody who's using it or abusing it. So like, I don't care. I don't care. That's my radical take. Do you care about women's sport? Do I care about it? Not really. I don't even watch women's sport, let's be real here. Like, women's soccer, awesome. Except I don't even watch it. Who would admit that they were abusing it, even if they were, though? Yeah, like, you'd have to be... Like, I don't know, I don't even know how. No, but, like, the thing is like, first off, how do you even tell if someone is abusing it? If you're on one side of politics, you would say that they're abusing it by simply using it. To even be transgender in women's sport is, in their eyes, abusing the idea of being a transgender woman, i.e. going from male to female, for the purpose of being in women's sport. That's not a thing. Until it becomes unless it actually becomes a thing, which it's not right now, I don't care. And then people will be like, oh, but then it'll be too late. We can fix that easily. It's just sport. Who cares? Like, you're making a huge fuss about it. Whatever. like, sport is awesome. I'll watch it. Sport is awesome, and depending on the sport, I'll fucking watch it. I don't really care about, like, the whole gender side about it, really. If we had, like, mixed gender... Fuck it. If we had mixed gender soccer teams, that would be awesome. Your soccer team needs to have... Your soccer team is going to have women and men. Awesome. There's mixed gender... There's women... There's, like, mixed gender doubles tennis. I think we could do more of that. One male, one female. One male, one... Or, like, one male and one transgender female. Okay, cool. If it turns out that there is actually, like, this like, actual trend of, like, transgender males unironically beating all females, okay, we can probably have that conversation. Until then, I don't care. I don't care. It's sport. Not only do we have more important things to worry about, I don't care. I just don't care. And also, everyone who does really, really care seems to care whilst also having a historical context of just really disliking transgender people in general. Which kind of makes me wonder, like, it's a bit sus for you to be saying that this is a problem, considering that it kind of goes hand in hand with your general thesis that the people in general shouldn't exist. That's a bit sus. Anyway, you know, it is what it is. I ultimately don't care. This is a bit of a hot take, but I do think LGBT and the rest are not in the same category. Or rather, I do think LGB and the rest are not in the same category as T. They changed the original T as well. Well, yeah. The idea of, like, the LGBT community is that it's basically all the currently marginalized communities. Being the lesbian, the gays, the bisexuals, the Qs, the queers, those are obviously sexualities. And yeah, you're right. Transgender is a gender, which is different. You are correct. Transgender being a gender is different to being lesbian, gay, bisexual, which is sexualities. But the main takeaway is that, yeah. Whereas the main takeaway is the main takeaway is that they're all still somewhat marginalized. Not super marginalized, but still somewhat marginalized. Well, transgender people are now are now sort of feeling more marginalized as things go on, at least in America, but, like, yeah. In terms of sex, they are technically still LGBT. I think... Well, what is it? It's LGBTQI+, right? That's the whole thing, right? LGBTQIA+. Right? Yeah, so LGBTQIA+, so lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, intersex, and ally, or asexual. Probably asexual. Well, okay. No, asexual is still orientation. And then there's plus, which is just everything else. I thought A was asexual. Yeah, I think asexual sounds about right. Or maybe T is supposed to be transsexual, but these days we don't really talk that much about transsexual people because we kind of just lump them together with transgender part. I didn't even know I was part of LGBTQIA+. Really? Are you? What are you? Oh, intersex. True. We're all part of it because we're all part of the I. We're all intersexual. We're all intersex. That's right. We're all intersex. No, but, like, okay. Wait, what is... Okay, let's just go... Okay, here's an article on it. From the New York Times, the failing New York Times, allegedly. Okay, we're gonna ignore all of this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's go through the ABCs of LGBTQIA+. Here we go. So obviously we know what gay and lesbian is. Basically it means being homosexual. If you're a man who likes men, you're gay. If you're a woman who likes women, you're a lesbian. That's how that works. It is what it is, okay? B stands for bisexual, which basically means you like both men and women. Not to be confused with pansexual though, which is somehow different. Okay, then there's pansexual. Pansexual is someone who is attracted to people of all gender identities, someone who is attracted to a person's qualities regardless of their gender identity. A more niche term used by academics, pansexual has entered the mainstream pushed by particular celebrities, yada 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 yada. Yeah, I honestly don't really know what the difference is between pansexual and bisexual. I feel like they are effectively the same thing. But maybe someone someday can explain... Maybe someone someday can, like, properly explain to me, like, where one person is pansexual but not bisexual. Because, I don't know, it just sounds to me like it's always been... They kind of sound like the same. Graysexual, someone who experiences sexual attraction but usually... So occasionally experiences sexual attraction but usually does not. It covers a kind of grey space between asexual and sexual identity. This can't be a real thing, it's so vague. It's... No, that sounds right. It's like someone who's like almost asexual but not. Like, I guess you can kind of look at it on a scale. You know? You could probably look at it on a scale. Like, maybe you really are... Maybe you are, like, almost asexual, but there have been, like, pockets of time where somehow you've come across some amount of sexual attraction, but, like, these days you just don't see it. Bi would be like boys and girls, but Pan wouldn't know the difference between boys, girls, non-binary and everything. I guess. I just feel like, effectively, it's still the same thing, no? Like, I feel like just because you don't notice the difference between girls, boys, and non-binary, you're still doing what bisexuals do? Am I wrong? I don't know. Demisexual, someone who generally doesn't experience sexual attraction unless they have formed a strong emotional, but not necessarily romantic connection with someone. Okay, I don't know it. I don't know how that necessarily works out, but okay, cool, whatever. Most of the ones in the plus, I don't really understand myself. I'm just like, okay, it's a thing. Okay, if that's what you are, then whatever, fine, whatever. I don't really care. Cisgender is just basically anyone whose gender identity matches their sex that they were assigned at birth, i.e. myself. I.e. myself. Most of you guys, I would assume, are probably cisgender people. Transgender is basically anyone whose gender identity or gender expression differs from the biological sex that they were assigned at birth. Or even transgendered, not a word. Oh, by the way, guys, yeah, transgendered is not a word because transgender is not a verb, so you can't do transgendered. There's no past tense of transgender because transgender is not a verb. Trans or trans plus is two umbrella terms for non-cisgender identities. Okay. Gender non-conforming, one who expresses gender outside one who expresses gender outside traditional norms associated with masculinity or femininity. Not all gender non-conforming people are transgender, and some transgender people express gender in conventionally masculine or feminine ways. I mean, I feel like at some point we're kind of starting to split hairs, but for the most part, I feel like LGBTQ shenanigans are relatively easy to explain. But then you get into like gender non-conformity, and even I start to get a little bit confused. Femboys and tomboys. Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose. Non-binary is anyone who doesn't identify as either male or female somehow. Okay. Yeah, if you're non-binary, just say you're non-binary and I'll be like, okay, they! That's it. Genderqueer is basically anyone who is... It's the same as... It's the idea of queer, but with gender. So if you understand how queer works, right? It's basically anyone who's, like, questioning. You can basically use that to... When you say genderqueer, you basically are just questioning whether or not you are male or female, but you're not necessarily, like, hard and fast on any, on any side, and even then, you know. And then there's gender fluid, where you're going backwards and forwards, and it just is what it is. Hey, Coconut Obama, how's it going? What's this? Yeah, bottom line is, like, not most of the time, it's really easy to understand how LGBTQ stuff happens. Definitely when you get into the really nitty-gritty stuff, then it kind of gets a bit weird. Okay, that's a funny question.
I don't find you funny.
Oh, come on, that's a funny question. At what temperature do you become gender solid? Okay. Yeah, when you're gender fluid, at what point does your gender fluidity become a gender solidity? I'm just old school straight cishead. Oh, we dirty straight cisheads. But yeah. No, but like, yeah, gender fluidity is a thing. Some people actually do feel like they are male some days and then they're female some other days. That's cool. You know, their minds work in a very interesting fashion, and you know, it just is what it is. Imagine being straight. I don't know, man. I think you're going to disagree with me on this one, Mara, but I think women are really hot. And you know, I feel like if a woman were to rub up against, let's say, my body, I would feel all sorts of emotions that would be very exciting. Until I discover that I don't. I don't know. No, I think I like women, so you know, that's what it's like to be straight. I'll flip it back. Imagine being gay, Mara. Imagine being gay, Mara. Imagine waking up and thinking, you know what? If a man's body were to rub up against my body, I would feel all sorts of emotions that are very exciting. I'm sure you do, Mara. You can't say that, Kate. I have to unironically imagine what it's like to be gay, because I'm not, I think. Whereas I think Mara would have to imagine what it's like to be straight, because as far as I can tell, Mara is very much not straight. Whenever there's a hole, there is a goal. Oh, I ain't even talking about... I'm not even talking about holes and goals. I'm just talking about the idea of one's body rubbing up against yours. I can recognize hot men, but as a salute kind of manner, and a bit of jealousy. Yeah, listen. I would turn gay for Chris. I would turn gay for Chris Hemsworth, though. That is true. I would definitely turn gay for that man if he decides. And Henry Cavill, because they're both fucking. They're not even men anymore. They're specimens. They are like peak. You want to talk about like real... You want to talk about like actual existing Giga Chads? Chris Hemsworth and Henry Cavill. Thor and Superman. Thor and Superman. And by the way, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. Henry Cavill is my Superman, okay? He is the Superman of our generation, and no matter what happens in the future, he is Superman. Now, granted... What's his name? Taylor Holich? No. CW Superman. Who's the guy? Tyler Hoechlin, I think his name is. Tyler Hoechlin? This dude, he's also pretty good at Superman, at being Superman. I actually like his depiction of Superman quite a lot. But Henry Cavill is my Superman, 100%. No question. No question about it. No questions about it. Henry Cavill is my Superman. It'll be a bit weird to see a different Superman now. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? It just doesn't work.
Oh, let me check right away.
So yeah, where other people are like, oh, I didn't like Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was pretty good. Where other people didn't like Batman v Superman. I actually quite liked Batman v Superman. Fight me. Where other people thought that Justice League was shit. I do agree. I do agree. Justice League was shit. Because the Snyder Cut came out and it definitely showed what the Justice League should have been. So yes, Justice League was shit. The Snyder Cut, on the other hand, was not. So that happened. So that's where we're at. That's basically where we're at with why Henry Cavill is my Superman. 1000%. No contest. Tyler Hoechlin is doing a great job. Okay. Did I seriously... Wait. That was my pinnacle gear? A grenade launcher that's actually lower level than the shotgun I already had? Bungie! What the fuck, dude? What is going on here, man? What the hell is going... What is this? Seriously, what is happening here? Literal scam. Literally scammed, dude. Literally scammed. No shot. No shot.
I still can't believe this is home.
Cringe. Alright, let's see what else is happening on in the world. Literally, like, the entire front page of r/all is nothing but Andrew Tate shit, so... What else is happening? Apparently there is a video of, what's this? A professor from Kabul has ripping up his diplomas on TV. What is this? From DW. Oh shit.
ده درت پارکومی دی خاطره دان ایواتن جوی برای تحصیل نیست نه ما از پانتون میسور ما درس ما سند گرفتیم از هند
From the University of India.
بودم درس دادم
University professor taught in Afghanistan.
امروز وقت خورم نخوانه مادرم نخوانه درس ما درس قبول ندارم ما دروازه پانتون ایستادم ما اینه پاره میکنم اصلی رو پاره میکنم
خاقل مشهد حل لاره فکر کوی
ده درت پاره کومی دی خاطره تراغی چی دما خورت اجازه ور نکی دما مورت اجازه ور نکی چی درس وی زنده وایم درس
Shit.
اورورت مو درس ای خورا منگه خورت ورته اجازه نه ورکړي اسلام ورته اجازه ورکړي قرآن ورته اجازه ورکړي دین ورته اجازه ورکړي ته څنګه
Wait, the Quran actually allows women to study?
Okay. Elizabeth.
I didn't know that.
And once again.
Then again, I'm not too familiar with the Quran, but okay.
So, what's our plan?
Despite our best efforts,
So it's literally against the Quran to not allow women to study.
destroying it loses
Isn't that so hilarious? That oftentimes
perhaps
religious fundamentalists often completely ignore parts of their religion just so that they can just so that they can continue pushing a form of what they are defining as religious fundamentalism that isn't really following the religion. Seems to happen all the time, isn't it? Isn't it, folks? Seems to happen all the time. I remember a while ago, when Kevin Rudd was the Prime Minister of Australia, he was on this TV show called Q&A, Questions and Answers. It was on the ABC. ABC's not known for having particularly creative programming. Anyway, so he was on this TV show Q&A, and this pastor, this preacher man, if you will, was basically asking, like, how can you call yourself a Christian if you think that gay marriage should be a thing? Because it says in the Bible that something along the line, you know, man should not lie with man, yada yada yada. And what does Kevin say? Well, if that's the case, then we should be fighting for more slavery. Because apparently in the Bible it said that slaves be obedient to your masters. Ergo, slavery is a natural condition. So that's kind of hilarious. If you want to be a religious fundamentalist, then I guess we're still doing slavery. Woohoo! But yeah, that's why I'm not religious all that much. Well, obviously the religion that I subscribe to is the religion of Hakushin, where we pray to our Lord and Savior, the Raiden Shogun. Why can't they accept the books as what they are, old books? Yeah, the true value of something like the Bible is that there are actually some very interesting stories in the Bible that can teach us some general morals. Be a good person, don't be a dick. That's really like the main takeaway of the Bible, I think. It's really just a bunch of stories of like, just don't be a dick. Do what Jesus did, don't be a dick. The way someone could destroy your reputation right now. What? Oh, by clipping me out of context of having me say something like, let's go slavery. Hey Soup, how's it going? You're on YouTube now. What's going on? The main takeaway of all the main religions in the world is lolly supremacy. Pretty sure things like avoid eating pigs is meant well back in the day when pigs probably had a virus that made people sick. It was like some sort of, yeah, I don't really understand it myself. But at least the idea of like not eating pork is for everyone else generally harmless. The only people that you're really harming as a Jewish person or as a Muslim person by not eating pork is, I guess, just people who work in the pork industry. But like, aside from them, I think you're gonna be alright. Meanwhile, like, the people who also include Muslim fundamentalists, Islamic fundamentalists, who are like, no, gay marriage should not be a thing, and homosexuality is a sin that needs to be an imprisonable offense. You're actively harming people, which is the problem. So the whole like, oh no, I'm not gonna eat pork thing, fine, whatever, I don't care. But the whole, I'm going to jail you for having an abortion thing? Fuck off. Not eating cows is probably because some poachers kept killing off the milk cows. Could be. I don't know. Insert clip, imagine being gay. Haha, slavery. That is Kategari out of context big time. But yeah, I'm sure like you could basically do like Kategari out of context. Whenever I get into talking about these kinds of topics, you can absolutely cut a Kategari out of context. And I would invite you to do that. You know what? I would unironically invite you to do that. You know why? Because usually person out of context clips, they actually get some pretty good traction. And they are quite funny to watch. Not gonna lie. Salam... What? Salam alaikum. Masalam, my brothers, yes. yes, inshallah. Inshallah, brothers, we have a bright future. It'll revive your channel. Yeah. If by revive you mean that my channel was ever alive in the first place. What the hell? Yeah, exactly. My channel was alive in the first place. Hello? What? What? I'm sorry, Mara, what kind of copium is this? Oh, speaking of inshallah, my brothers, we will... speaking of the phrase, inshallah, we have a bright future. Have you guys seen that, like... Have you guys seen that clip from Pakistan? Of, like, this teacher who's, like, got all these kids lined up, and he's like, what do you want to do in the future? What is your future goals? And there's that one kid who's screaming into the microphone, when I grow up, I want to save Pakistan and destroy India. Have you guys seen that fucking clip? Holy shit! You guys haven't seen that? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys that. Holy shit. Like, I saw that clip, I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh.
You know what to do.
It's a clip. It truly is mind-boggling that that clip even exists. Yeah, inshallah, my Pakistani brothers and sisters. We have people who will fight for the nation. Whatever. Like, just basically, like, in terms of wild clips that exist, that one is one of my favorites. Now, if I was Indian, I would be heckin' terrified. But I'm not. So I'm not terrified. Let me see if I can find that clip real quick. Oh, there it is. Yep, found it. Found it. Oh, bro, was that... Did I just hit nothing but the shield? Oh, that's so cringe.
That's the last of them, Elizabeth.
Good riddance, evil bastards. Until next time.
Alright, let's see. I might as well level up this combat. I mean, shit, do I need to? I might as well. Alright, I'll show you the clip real quick. This is fucking wild.
My plan is that I will be pilot and I'll help everyone. Pilot.
Yeah, he's a pilot. Great. You see, this is the spirit. We love Pakistan.
My pledge to my country is that when I will grow up, I will be the scientist like Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan.
Like, he's talking too quick. I don't understand what he's saying.
Who helped Pakistan making the nuclear power.
Inshallah, we have a bright future. We have here students who are going to make Pakistan a great nuclear
nation, by the way.
When I grow up, I
Oh, here we go.
Army and save Pakistan and destroy India.
Strong army war!
Listen to that again.
Pakistan, the great nuclear.
Isn't that a show? Is it?
When I will grow up, I will be army and save Pakistan and destroy India.
Strong
Fuck. When I grow up, I will be an army and save Pakistan and destroy India. Holy fuck.
They've got the head start.
That's holy shit. What is going on there? That's my question, you know. What the fuck is going on there? I don't know if that's a show. If that's a show, that is a fucking monka-ass terrifying show, dude. Holy shit. It's fucking wild, man. It's just fucking wild. Like, can you imagine if, like, there was a kid, if there was a Chinese show, and for whatever reason all the kids are speaking English in a Chinese in a show from China, and you got one of the kids that just walks up and says, "When I grow up, I want to join the Chinese army and yell death to the West and bring about the Chinese Revolution to the world." You'll be like, what the fuck is this show? You would join me in saying, what the actual fuck is this show? Clip Kate saying destroy India. I thought India was normal, but I keep reading hot takes from that place, so now I'm not so sure. Dude, India is currently being, I think it's currently being led by, Narendra Modi, who is like this ultra conservative, I think he's a Hindu nationalist. They, like, yeah, in terms of, like, Indian politics, first off, Indian politics is fucking wild. If you want to look at, like, how Indian politics work, we could watch the John Oliver segment on Indian elections. Because Indian elections are absolutely fucking wild. And then there's the whole thing about Narendra Modi, which I haven't heard about Narendra Modi in quite some time. I don't know what he's been up to. Because, like, lately, you know, with Ukraine popping off and, now Andrew Tate popping off, we haven't really heard that much about, what's been going on in Indian politics. But yeah, like, my understanding is that Narendra Modi was, like, had some scandals involved with him, and, like, he's a Hindu nationalist, which basically means he's probably a bit of an asshole when it comes to politics. So yeah. Like, usually something nationalist is not a good sign in my opinion. But you know, that could just be my my soy boy liberal take right there, but I feel like if you are described as anything nationalist, and that includes being a a nationalist socialist. Yeah, if you're using the sucrose nationalist team, oh, I don't know, dude. You might wanna, you know, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But yeah, like, I feel like, so yeah, so the fact that Narendra Modi would be described as a Hindu nationalist, I don't know, dude. Probably not someone that I would really be agree with, you know, like despite the fact that I think it is a genuine tragedy that what is his name, Shinzo Abe was assassinated in Japan in the middle of a speech. Like, in general, that is a tragedy in my opinion. Once we take the tragedy element away for a second and analyze who Shinzo Abe is, he was apparently, I think, a nationalist in Japan. Like, his policies were generally, like, nationalistic. And so, therefore, I think, generally speaking, I would probably disagree with Shinzo Abe on quite a lot of things. I would have to actually look at his policies, though, before I can figure that out for sure, but normally, if someone claims to be a nationalist, I'm probably going to disagree with them on quite a lot of things. Have you seen the videos where a lot of men just stare at a single female tourist? No, I've never heard of that video before. I'm aware of that one video of a woman walking down the street, and they basically counted how many times people catcalled her or tried to ask for her number or something like that. But with the point being that, like, if you're a really hot woman in I think it was like New York or something, a lot of men just basically try to like catcall you or be really creepy towards you or shit like that. It's a bit of a weird video, but I think it got its point across pretty effectively. I think it was also during the height of like the... Was it the height of the Me Too movement or the height of the Gamergate movement? Going to India beach as a white woman? Oh, hello. Going to an Indian beach as a white woman. Oh. Well, because A, you're the only white person there probably, and then B, you're a woman! And according to Andrew Tate's world, because you're a woman, you deserve to be stared at. We'll have a look at that Reddit post in a sec. Well, after I'm done with this. In honor of Andrea Tate, you deserve to be stared at. Oh, thank you. I may not be a woman, I think. But since I am live streaming, the entire point is for me to be stared at. So, yes, if you wish to stare at me, go right ahead. Folks, go right ahead.
They're looking for the deep stone crypt here.
Kate, show feet. And maybe balls. I can't show balls because that's TOS. I don't think I can show feet either because I think that's also TOS. Show Frostmourne. I'll show Frostmourne in a second, okay? That I know is not TOS. I feel like Mara, that particular statement, under any other circumstances, would be pretty fucking sus. But, but in this context, I'll allow it. I don't like VTubers. I'd rather have no cam than VTuber. Yeah, fair enough. It's a bit of an acquired taste, I'd say. I had a crack at being a VTuber, but only because I didn't have a freaking camera at the time. I personally prefer not VTubing. I think it's just... Well, A, it's another process that my computer needs to go through, and therefore my games are going to be slower, and my stream is probably going to be a bit laggier. And then B... Oh, bruh! What is this? Did I just get clapped? I will have order. Yeah, true. Get fucked. Where the hell is he? Uh-oh. There we go. I like the people behind VTubers. I just don't like the VTuber avatar and what that represents. But I kind of pretend not to see the avatar when I watch them. Fair enough.
Pleasant, yes. Brief.
Yeah, it truly is ultimately like an acquired taste. Is this combat what Warframe wants to be? Sort of. Not really. Warframe very much wants to be like, you have abilities, and a lot of them, and you can put your weapons in there as well if you want. Destiny is more like, you have a handful of abilities that you could use sometimes. Otherwise, for the most part, it's a gun game. Destiny is way more of a shooter than Warframe is. Warframe actually feels more like a third-person RPG sometimes. Oh yeah, let's have a look at this real quick. What's this?
I'm at the beach, and I want to show you guys the beautiful view. God damn, I can't even see the water.
What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, that's pretty weird. Hashtag real talk? Yeah, that is, really, really heckin' weird. What's this? Chinese.
以为他是个 rapper， 没想到竟是个 rapper。Freestyle 现在只有 style， 没有 free。本来以为他是个 rapper， 没想到竟是个 rapper。Freestyle。
What the fuck is this? Okay.
Disgraced. She narrowly escaped the previous Vanguard operation with her life.
Something rapper, something reaper.
She'll be desperate to prove herself.
I mean, I think he's trying to say raper, but
Desperation makes her dangerous, but also
what? I'm so confused by that clip. I don't understand that clip at all. Raper Gary? What?
lots of movement here. Be ready for anything.
I don't know how good your Mando was. Oh, my Mando is horrendous, mate. I really don't understand Mandarin. Basically, assume that I don't understand Mandarin at all. So, any Mandarin jokes completely fly above me. Like, I don't... way above my pay grade. It literally has subs. Yeah, but I think there's supposed to be like some sort of Mandarin pun in there that doesn't translate well in the subtitles. Like, what? Does he think he's a Reaper? He's trying to say that he's a Reaper? And so he's trying to be, like, all edgy and shit by thinking he's, like, the Grim Reaper, but he instead ended up calling himself a rapist by accident? The subs literally meant what he said. No, I understand that. But if there's a Chinese pun, that doesn't necessarily translate well in subtitles, mate. That's what I mean. It could be a Chinese pun. Unless it's really just the raper versus the rapper. If that's the case, then like I would just say like, wow, how very 2005. It's a bit of a 2005 joke. You just pronounced it wrong? Okay. You know what? Let's play around. Let's play with something else for a change. Oh, fuck. Looks like Tikus for a change. I don't need to get headshots when I do Tikus in order to get the explosion, do I? Right? I don't have to necessarily... What do I need to do? Hipfire. Targets marked will explode upon death or when struck with another Sacred Flames explosion. Arrows fire while will cause Sacred Flames to instantly detonate. Okay, so I just have to basically...
Dense hive signatures in the facility up ahead.
Okay. Aimbot Sonos Prime? Yeah, pretty much.
Feels like a trap.
Ironically enough, that's also the same with the new exotic bow, Hierarchy of Needs. Supposedly the idea is like you do a bunch of kill. I think you have to like hit a bunch of times or do a bunch of kills or something, and then it'll create a. You can then hip fire to create a ring. You then shoot arrows through that ring, and it'll create aimbot micro missiles. So obviously, I'm very keen beast to try this weapon. And then, of course, there's also the Tiku's Catalyst, which I'll probably never complete because it requires playing PvP and fuck PvP.
We're close now. She won't escape this time.
Retreat isn't an option for her anymore. Not with the brood doubting her. Expect the worst, Guardian. Navota has no choice but to defeat you.
That energy signature. That's her. That's Navota.
Was it meant to die? Wait, did we just kill her already? Defeat Navota. Did we not just kill her already? Did we not just kill... Okay, whatever. Whew. Hello? What's up? Still not dead. Oh, bro!
Navota's play for power showed the danger in hard logic, but also its flaws. You've proven that the path to victory comes only from...
Blown up in the last second.
Just send the message, Commander.
Excellent work. Return to the tower.
Oh, those ones are expired, lol. Finishers, hey? Okay. Okay. Oh wow, it's 6:46. Okay. This reminds me of how much Anthem wanted a piece of this pie. Oh, Anthem. Remember when, okay, I remember when Anthem first came out, the game actually looked like it was probably going to be a lot of fun, especially with all the flying that you can do in the game. Then the game came out and it turned out to be a bit of a piece of shit. Although, if you ask friend of the stream, and or rather our late but otherwise dear friend of the stream, Thanatos, he swears that Anthem was actually pretty good. Fair enough. You know, some people like it, but most people don't. I never ended up playing it in any meaningful capacity outside of the beta, because I just wasn't interested enough.
Let's see what
And then came like everyone's hope and readiness for Anthem 2. Anthem 2 or Anthem 2.0, or rather, basically whatever they were going to call the Anthem update or sequel or something rather. Major update that was going to come out, I think it was. But that didn't happen. They probably had too many different teams, each making a completely different part. No, it was more like a whole lot of faffing around. Because I remember during that entire time, Angry Joe actually did a whole video discussing all of the information that had come out about Anthem at the time. I didn't know Thanatos played Anthem. Yeah, he played Anthem. Yeah. I remember like Angry Joe did a whole ass video on all of the information that had come out about the development of Anthem, and I remember the main takeaway. What the hell is this? I remember like the main takeaway was that Anthem was a game that was in pre-production for 6 years.
Good luck.
I'm gonna say that again. Anthem was a game that was in pre-production for 6 years before going into production for like a year or two or something like that. Now, for those who don't recognize how wrong that is, pre-production is the planning stage. You would normally not want your planning stage to be quite a number of multiples longer than your production stage, because there's usually a sign that your project is fucked. That's usually a sign that your project is either going to end up being way too complex, or is trying to be really ambitious but ended up not able to reach those goals at all, or you were faffing around. When your pre-production is like actual multiples of when your pre-production time is unironically multiples of your production time. Oi, 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 yeah. You know? Like, oi, yeah, yeah. And then it reached a point, apparently, where the demo at, what was it, like E3? The demo that was shown at E3 was complete bullshit. And we could already tell that, like, a lot of the demo was absolute gobbledygook nonsense. We could already tell that, like, a lot of the demo was absolute gobbledygook nonsense, right? Because a lot of the things in the demo never came to pass. The entire premise of, you can fight these great big walking things, these great big tall-ass walkers, and you can get resources from them. Well, what happened? In the game, the walkers, they ended up just being decoration. That's it. They serve no purpose whatsoever. I could go through the entire list, but I won't bother. It's an old game, who cares? I remember the interview information. Initially, I thought EA bad, but then it became clear EA was just very generous and was BioWare bad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We all thought that it was EA fucking them over. Because usually it is EA fucking them over. Because EA, run by whatever the fuck that guy's name is a generally fucky company. That turned out to not be the case. It turns out that the guy one of the EA execs, I think the story was like, an EA exec went to BioWare to playtest their game and said, dude, this is not the game. What the fuck is this? And it was a genuinely bad game. And they said, you have to make this better. And then, you know, they I don't know, it was completely scuffed. So yeah. You want a game company of your own? That is a bit of a poison chalice, mate. Because running a game company is very, very difficult. You'll fire anyone who slacks, though. The reality is you're going to end up firing everyone. Because at some point, everyone is going to take a break, everyone is going to slack for a little bit. The goal, instead, is to actually make sure that your company can run in a somewhat efficient and manageable scale. Preferably without, like to try and avoid overworking your employees.
Hello, Failsafe. You tell us about this terminus.
But also to maintain a good brain's trust. Because the thing about working in the creative field, and that includes game design and design and development, people don't, especially when you have a lot of people working on one thing, there's usually not enough people who want to actively make a bad thing to make it a bad thing. What makes it bad, what makes things end up not turning out so good, is when people are overworked, or people are not paid enough, or when the direction is lacking. It's not that people set out to make things bad. So even like Anthem, it's not that like the people working on Anthem set out to make a bad game. Is that somewhere down the line, somewhere at some point, the vision ended up getting way too confusing, and they just couldn't figure it out. And that's the case with like anything. I just really hate morale killers, negative efficiency, and companies keep them for too long. Yeah, I know, right? And usually when there's like some element of a toxic workplace, for example, Blizzard, when shit like the, when things like what happened at Blizzard happen in a company, that's when you know that your products are going to suffer big time. Like, even if you don't care about a woman's experience in the workplace, you can actually look at like all of those stories and be like, well, thanks to those bastards, my games are worse. Because the people working at Blizzard unironically did not feel safe working at Blizzard. And when you don't feel safe working at Blizzard, guess what? You're not going to be able to make a good game. And when teams of people are not feeling safe at Blizzard, that's exactly what happens. Your games suffer. So, even from like the most selfish reductionist point of view, you want to make sure that everyone working at a company and everyone working on a game or a movie or a TV show, whatever, feel safe, feel respected, and are not overworked. As long as you can maintain that, whilst making sure that the project is done in some way, shape, or form. Like, I don't understand why some companies don't seem to understand, don't seem to realize. If a lot of people are pulling like mad overtime, hire some more people, you bastards! Like, come on! You know, or like recognize that your infrastructure is just simply not strong enough. You'll need to actually like bid for more time and like actually push things back. Like, you know how like we always like meme on DEB like, oh no, this thing is delayed again. Oh no, what is it? Duviri delayed again. Oh no. Law of diminishing returns though. There are better ways than just overworking people. That's my point. And sometimes it is hiring more people. Like, definitely, I've worked on some things before where I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's like next to nobody working on this, and yet we're being overworked to shit. How is this possible? Can we not hire some more people? There could also be a bottleneck somewhere. So, like, you know, bottom line is like, overworking people with mad overtimes day in, day out, usually not the answer. But like, and so like, you know how like we meme on DE being like, oh no, they delayed it again, they delayed it again, they delayed it again. But, you know, but seriously, I'd rather they delay it to make it good and make sure that their employees are not being like overworked beyond all belief, than instead of like overworking the shit out of everyone, which tends to result in the thing being shit. It's so annoying when companies don't have more people. And sad part is, can't hire more people because they're hard to find. So why aren't you giving me a raise? Fulfilling the position of 2 people with my skill. Yeah, exactly, right? And on top of that, like, when they say it's hard to find people, there's a little bit of bullshit in that too, because every time they post a job, there is a lot more people who are trying to apply for that position. Like, there's usually like quite a lot of people who are applying for that position. Now, granted, not all those people are going to be qualified for the job. But if you are a company in an industry, right? If you are a company in an industry where every time you have one job posting, 50 people apply, if you as that company end up finding yourself in a position where you are also overworking people because you don't have enough employees for some reason, guess what? You have enough employees, you just need to hire them. Because when 50 people are applying for your job, balance of probability, 30 of them are probably actually more than qualified for the job, except you have to choose one. Except for some reason they're not ready to they're not prepared to like hire a few more people when you have potentially 30 people who are ready to start working. Because they're applying for the gig. They want to work at your company ostensibly anyway. Anyway, that's always something that's always like pissed me off. Is when I hear that companies are overworking people. Or like there's clear signs that there's not enough people there doing the work. Knowing that there are a lot of people who are still looking for work. Because we always have a worker surplus. But we never have a job surplus. Or rather, we don't have a job surplus. You know? Apparently there was a time where the labor market, where the amount of people who were looking for work was actually lower. I think. I could be completely wrong. I'm probably making something up right now. I sort of vaguely remember hearing that there was a time where the amount of people looking for work was actually low, at least in Australia, was actually lower than the amount of jobs available. There's a lot of job surplus here in the Netherlands? Really? So that is a thing. Because in Australia, the idea of there being more jobs available than there are people looking for jobs, to me, just sounds completely absurd, and it just sounds completely absurd. But if that's the case in the Netherlands, because the old people reverse pyramid problem. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, as in you have way more, too many old people, not enough young people to fill in the gaps. Oh, okay, fair enough, that makes sense. In Australia, we have a regular pyramid, which means there's way more people looking for work than there are people... Or rather, there's way more people looking for work than there are vacant positions. Which means, whenever I see, companies that are unironically displaying that, like, oh yeah, no, we don't have enough people working here, so, we're gonna be closed on Tuesday. Like a fucking sushi restaurant that I'm aware of. That is the height of cringe to me. It's weird when you see ad billboards being used for hiring. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a bit of a wild concept to me, Shin. Not gonna lie. That is actually a bit of a wild concept. That also should mean that like the general pays, the pay that is being advertised for these jobs should end up being higher then. Because then you could also sort of do a bit of a supply and demand type dealio. Where like the supply of work is very high, but the demand for jobs is rather low. Ergo, well, in a proper supply-demand kind of situation, the price would be lower. But in this case, the price would be... The pay should be higher. I just got a raise, but I'm thinking of job hopping. Well, apparently you are in a position where you absolutely definitely can, so you might as well negotiate that shit to Kingdom Come. Like, if the job market in the Netherlands truly is like that, where there's like not enough workers, then you actually have a lot of bargaining power. You can flex that bargaining power big time. It's not personal, it's just business. You know, it's business, and part of that business is being able to flex that bargaining power. Because I don't think the raise is enough. Then say it. Then just say so, man. You have the bargaining power, apparently. You can just say so. Whereas, like, in Australia, when it's harder to find a job because we probably have way more workers looking for work than there are available jobs, the reality is that, we can't just get up and say, nah, this raise is not high enough, we need more. Because there's a good fair chance the employer is going to be like, oh, fuck you then. It depends on the company though. If the employer has a reputation and is trying to foster an actually decent work environment where like you can legit actually have those discussions, awesome, cool. That's an exception, not really the rule, I think. Then again, I'm usually pretty cynical about this kind of shit, so maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Alright, level 12.
Location secure.
Australia doesn't seem to have too many old people, young people can't afford kids. Australia doesn't have the too many old people.
Data artifact.
Australia's elderly population is, I think, around about I feel like Australia's got the usual like a third kind of dealio, where like you've got or not a third, but like 40, what is it, 40, 20 type dealio, where like everyone, the retired population is probably around 40% of. I don't know. I could be making shit up. I just feel, without ever having looked at the statistics, I feel like Australia's elderly population is around the 30-40%, working population is around the 30-40%, young population, like under 20s, is maybe around the 30-ish percent, 20-ish, 30-ish percent, thereabouts. I feel like we've got the right spread, but or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Especially with the young. It does seem like with the younger generation. It does seem like with the younger generation, because we're so economically fucked for the most part. There's probably less kids coming from like my generation compared to previous generations when they reach our age. But I don't know. I have to turn in 10% of my salary for my pension, aka all people stealing my money and I can't opt out. That's not how that works, Shin. Wait, no, hang on. That's not how that works in Australia, at least. I don't know how it works in the Netherlands. If the pension fund is a publicly accessible fund, then that's kind of hilarious, but it is what it is. Like, that's just basically how... You're basically talking about taxes at that point. Oh. Alright, I should be able to now turn... Wait, one of this is Eager Edge. Yes, Eager Edge. Let's go! Okay, what else do we have? Being in combat for an extended time increases damage, handling, and reload of the weapon for an improved duration until you're out of combat. Defeating a void debuffed enemy grants overshield. Lol. Rapid sword strikes increase the weapon's damage for an improved duration. Increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians with their super active. Stability is improved. Swords have... Okay, I don't care. Vorpal. Oh, enhanced Vorpal weapon. Oh, I see. Have greater capabilities than traits found on randomly dropped weapons. Use ascended found. Oh, I see. So what do I have right now? Frenzy, being in comp. Oh! Enhanced Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, I could have just used this the entire time. Okay, whatever. So now I'm using enhanced... Now I'm using enhanced Eager Edge. Oh, I get it now. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So I could use enhanced Eager Edge and... Oh, I don't know. Let's go with this one for now. Let's go! Okay, so I have enhanced Eager Edge. Hell yeah! No, there's an official tax pension. There's an additional optional pension. Except I can't opt out because 71% of the companies are required to pay pension to groups. I hate how I'm paying money to people who own houses while I don't and still have student debt. They're robbing a negative net person. A negative net worth person. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I'll have to look into that a bit more if I want to have if I want to have a better discussion on it. But from the way you've said it, from the way you've described it, it does sound pretty fucked. The way it works in Australia, like a lot of the times, until I feel like I don't like how it works in Australia, a lot of the times my general position is, how does it work in Australia? Might be the better idea. And then, you know, sometimes there are things that work in other countries that are definitely better than how it works in Australia. Like, for example, Japan's transport system is far better than Australia's transport system, or at least New South Wales' transport system. With regards to how it works in Australia, basically the idea is that when you work, your company pays you a certain amount of money, and then they will also pay, I think it's 10%, 10% additional into your superannuation. So when you are negotiating your contract, when you're negotiating your contract in Australia, a lot of the times, or even when you're just looking for work in Australia, and this is a salary position, not a contract position, right? When you're sorting out a salaried position in Australia, the way it is often advertised is your pay will be X amount of money plus super. So, for example, like, let's say you work a job which gives you where your pay is advertised as $50,000 a year. Your salaried pay is described as $50,000 a year. If it's a salary position, usually that means you will take home $50,000 minus tax. So don't forget. So you will take it less because income tax, but you will take home $50,000 minus tax. Your superannuation is also going to get some money. So you'll effectively be getting more before tax. You'll be effectively getting more than $50,000 because your superannuation is going to get $5,000, I think. There are some places, I think, that advertise it as like, oh yeah, it's $50,000 including tax. Including super. In which case, oh, okay. So you're gonna have to math that out to figure out what your actual salary is. But generally speaking, I think the understanding is, if the position is being advertised with a salary of $50,000, then before tax you will get $50,000, and your superannuation, your nominated superannuation is going to receive $5,000 or something like that, like whatever the superannuation rate is. Does that sound like how it works in the Netherlands, Shin? Because from what I'm reading, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like how it works in Australia. Like in Australia, your super is your super. Your pension fund, superannuation is your pension fund. So your pension is your pension. What companies pay into your pension is your pension. Alright, I just want to try this Eager Edge. Almost the same, except the extra that the company pays is optional. Depends entirely on the company. Okay, well in Australia, I think it's if it's a salary position, I think by law you have to pay super. And what's being taken from me is definitely from my salary, so my 10% goes off immediately. Whatever the company... Okay. But the main takeaway is that you're paying into a pension fund that is being used by everyone else. Is that correct? I think it ultimately doesn't matter, Shin. I think you should look at it this way. So long as that pension fund continues to exist, right? So long as that pension fund continues to exist and it is being distributed amongst everyone in a similar fashion, when you get older, and if you somehow manage to get yourself a house, good luck. But if you manage to get yourself a house, then you too will be in that position as well. I think the main takeaway is that the fund, that pension fund that you're talking about, that you are paying into, that other people are currently using, when you reach that age, you will start to use that, and other people will be paying into that. So I think from a personal, from a you perspective, just purely from a yourself perspective, I think it's effectively the same dealio, I think. Thing is, there's a national tax pension. Right, that also goes off my salary. So there's okay. Oh, wait. So let me, okay, so I think I understand where the issue is. Are you saying that you're possibly paying double pension? Is that the issue? That you might be getting the optionally getting the 10% taken out of your salary for that one pension, but then also there is the government policy tax pension, whereby you're also paying for the pension off your tax, via tax. I come from a sector where it's not part of the 71% that requires companies to pay pension IT. Okay. Okay, I think I understand. And I work in a sector in the IT department where I'm suddenly forced to pay like bonus pensions. Right. Do you at least... Will you be able to enjoy additional pension when you get older though? Like, Shin, do you get to enjoy additional pension afterwards? So you're paying extra now into the pension, but the premise is that you will be able to... But we all know that it's a lie if it's not my choice. I guess if you want to be cynical about it, yeah, sure. But like, if the system, assuming the system works as intended, which is a bit of a tall order sometimes, but assuming the system works as intended, then the premise is that you will be able to enjoy more pension money afterwards. It's not working since the age is being raised all the time. That's the same with the pension here in Australia, mate. My parents were also kind of pissed that like the age of retirement was raised from 65 to 68. Oh, sorry, no, not in Australia. What am I talking about? Oh, I know, even in Australia. I think my parents were mentioning that, like, the age of retirement was raised from 65 to 68. But it's, like, I understand why, though. Because the idea is that life expectancy is getting higher and higher, usually. It does sound a little bit bullshitty, though. But yeah, like, yeah, definitely like the whole the idea that the age of retirement can rise randomly is pretty annoying. They're robbing from the poorest generation. If it's just the look, okay, I think if it's just the pension that is the cause of you thinking that they're robbing only the poorest generation, then they're probably not. Hashtag real talk. I kind of understand like how if it works how I understand it. I don't really feel like it's necessarily them robbing the poorest generation. I think you'll have more of a you'll probably be able to make a stronger point that your government is robbing the poorest generation too much if like the rest of the tax system also happens to be way too heavily skewed towards the poorer generation paying more effectively. Because like for example the idea for example that like a lot of the richest people can find all sorts of tax loopholes and therefore pay like effectively less tax as a percentage compared to those who cannot make use of those tax loopholes. That is more of a sign that the poorer generation is getting robbed compared to just this pension thing. So if the Netherlands or the Dutch, I think it's called, if the Dutch government also has all those kinds of weird and hilarious tax loopholes that allow massive companies to also like offset a whole bunch of their income so that they can report a lot less and therefore effectively pay a lot less of their income, whilst we the workers have to foot a higher percentage of our income, then you can definitely say, oh yeah, no, the poor generation is getting robbed big time. Like for example, right? Let me have a look. Like for example, in Australia, right? Like right now, I have to pay 32.5% tax and plus $5,000. The amount of tax that I would have paid this year because of my income would be like I would have effectively had to pay 13% of my income as tax. You could probably reverse engineer and figure out how much money I'm making. But like, roughly speaking, I would have had to pay 13% of my tax, 13% of my income as tax this year. Not sure how it works in Australia, but every youth right now, starting with me, grew up with student debt and affordable housing, and then the tax system basically guarantees you only take home 2 to 3k net income per month due to how tax scaling and tax discount works. Or unaffordable housing. And then the tax system basically guarantees you only take home 2k to 3k. It's the same here, mate. If you studied at all, you will have student debt. In New South Wales, housing is fucking unaffordable as all hell. And it's kind of starting to happen in Queensland as well. Hell, my rent just fucking skyrocketed out of nowhere, so I had to move somewhere. Oh, 13%, nice. Yeah, let me find the numbers for you. How much tax do you have to pay, Shin? Meanwhile, you have stories left, right, and center of people who have made like millions of dollars, and yet they've paid maybe a couple of thousand tops. You know, we all know the stories of like the people who offshore who like put all of their income into offshore accounts in the fucking Cayman Islands, for example, or they take out great big ass like the new one is like a lot of rich people who take out these great big ass fuck off loans from banks, and so then they can actually use those loans to offset their income and pay less tax because the bank is going to provide them with low interest, because the bank has provided them with these great big ass fuck off low interest loans. So then they're paying less tax and they only have to pay the bank back so much in interest, Therefore, their sort of effective tax for the year, if you put all of that into account, is like 2%. If you're talking about that kind of crazy ass shit, yeah, no, I agree. The rich are able to make off like bandits, whereas us poors have to fucking pay double digit percentages in tax. That's fucked up. You know, that's absolutely fucked up. We have two scales of income tax, 37% and 49.5%. Right. Wow. Because in Australia, we have like several tax brackets. So this is from the ATO, the Australian Tax Office. If you make less than 18,000, you don't pay anything in tax. If you make less than 45,000, you pay 19% in tax. 19%. For every dollar above the minimum tax threshold, which is 18,200. So you're effectively paying less than that, by the way. You're effectively paying less than 19% of your income in tax. That's why I would say that, like, with the amount of money that I made, I would be paying 13% as opposed to 32.5%. That's how it works in Australia. We have a progressive tax system. That's before you talk about the Medicare levy, which is something else, but yeah. So... like, but I feel like my impression, I can see where our opinions differ and why I scream that they're robbing the poor. Yeah, maybe that's the difference. Maybe... Okay, let me have a look. Netherlands... Alright, let's have a look. This is from tax summaries at... This is from PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is PwC. Okay, how does this work? In the Netherlands, worldwide income is divided into 3 different types of taxable income, and each income is taxed separately under its own schedule and referred to as a box. Each box has its own tax rates. An individual's taxable income is based on the aggregate income of these 3 boxes. Box 1 refers to taxable income from work and home ownership. Okay. Box 2 refers to taxable income from a substantial interest. Box 3 refers to taxable income from savings and investment. Okay. Okay. So you're talking about box 1 income, aren't you? So taxable income in euros over column 1. Wait, what? How does that work? Oh, okay. From 0 to 37. So from 0 to 37k. Imagine having stuff in box 2 and 3. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so if you earn between 0 and 37,000 euros, how much is that? Wait, for the first, the national insurance tax is levied at a rate of... What the fuck is that? Okay, I'm getting confused. Oh, wait, sorry. 37,149. Oh wow, 58k, 58,000 Australian. Okay, so between 0 and 58,000, between 0 and 58,000 dollary dues, your tax is 9%. God damn. And then from 37k to 73k, your tax is what? Your tax on column 1. Hey? Oh, okay. It's 36% plus 3k. Wait. I'm a little bit confused then. So Shin, where are you getting the 49.5 from? 36.93, 36.93. Or was just meant to say 49.5? How old is this? Good question. Last reviewed December 20... last reviewed yesterday. Sorry, 2 days ago. Last reviewed 2 days ago. Is this wrong? You know what? Fuck it. Let me find the Dutch tax system. Oh, here we go. I am expat. Oh, is this it? And if you earn below minimum wage, you can get money back from the government. It's just 2 numbers on the official Dutch government site. So is it this? So what's the minimum? So what's the minimum wage then? Or rather, what's the minimum before you don't have to pay any tax? So here's 37. Here's 37 and 49.5. So what? Anything? So anything but so if you earn anything below 69,000 euros, you pay 37%. Holy fuck! Is that how that works, Shin? If you earn anything below 69k euros, you have to pay 37% in tax. Whereas if you earn anything above 69k euros, you pay 49.5% tax on anything above 69.4k euros? Jesus Christ. Is that really how that works? Because that sounds really fucked. I think I'll stick with Australia. Anyway. I'm getting a bit tired, folks. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Yes, because I'm considered rich, keck, just paying minimum rent, no benefits. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, now I see exactly where you're going with this. Yep, you are getting robbed. 100%, you're getting robbed. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you did, don't forget to follow, feel free to sub. We're gonna be watching Glass Onion tonight on the Discord movie night. So join me for that. But yeah, otherwise, until next time, potentially being movie night, or otherwise next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Don't forget. Wait. What was it? I never thought I'd live to see the darkness return.
Even undated computer languages are rich in temporary data filed by the symbology it uses.
I see all these guardians around, and I know it shouldn't. It scares me.
Mm-hmm.